Hello, everybody, and sorry for the late start. We were just waiting on all of our peoples to gather. But we are here to play D&D for you guys, and we hope that you are up for a good time tonight, because hopefully we're going to provide a good time for you watching us play D&D. Sure, that's the way that's supposed to work.
Yeah, that was how that sentence was supposed to go.
Yeah. Just as we get started tonight, as always, just a few quick reminders. All of the video content that we create does wind up on our YouTube channel, so you can do the little QR code, go to the
place with the stuff.
Go to the place with the stuff. Go to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus, Casual with a C, Cactus with a K, smush it all together, and you'll find us. You'll find all of the videos that we have produced and put out over the course of over 5 years at this point. There's a lot of stuff out there, lots of full episodes from previous campaigns, one-shots, lots of other stuff. Go check it out, and you'll get a sense of who we are as players. I've been looking through some of the very, very earliest stuff, and it is very interesting to go back and see where we started versus where we are. We do also run a Discord server, so you can keep tabs on what we are doing on any given week. We use it primarily to let you guys know what the schedule is going to be, and I'm just having to ignore my players because they are playing charades in front of me.
Keith, we're trying not to interrupt you.
But we are... We use our Discord server to let you guys know what the schedule is, if there are any updates to the schedule because real life happens or the DM forgets to download the episode so that he can actually play it for you guys. Typical schedule involves Sunday nights doing replay streams of pre-recorded episodes, and then Monday nights are our live episodes, and we do all of those at 6:30 Mountain Time, p.m., 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I leave that up to you guys to figure out where that is in your time zone, but that is our schedule for the moment. If there are ever any changes to it, or if we have to push something back a week or till later in the week, we will let you guys know using that Discord link. So be sure that you are signed up for that. I think that's going to do it for my announcements. So this is the time of the session where I am going to turn it over to my players to give us a recap of what happened last time.
I kind of sort of remember a few things.
Okay, well, that's being decided. I have a question that is sort of logistical about our announcement at the beginning. So if they're on YouTube,
yes,
they will be able to see Casual Cactus.
They would.
If they're here, they should also be able to see Casual Cactus, right? So, spelling it is important, but like...
Yes.
Maybe we could direct them to like look at the name of this stream so that they could find it. Like they could just copy paste on. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. You are correct.
Barcodes.
They are
QR code.
Branded the same, so if you found us here, you can find us there.
Because we're big enough for branding.
Mm-hmm.
And now it doesn't matter if you're watching us live or watching us on video, because what I said still makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did I see that Stephanie has notes?
Oh, does Stephanie have notes?
Yes, I have those.
Do you have a nose?
No.
So you have notes. Who is doing our recap?
I can tag with the notes person. I think I remember it enough.
Oh, hey Steph. Can you move like 6 inches to your right? There you go.
Not you. I know, but Stephanie scares me.
Fair.
So I don't have notes.
Oh.
What was all the writing in the journal?
That was the last notes from the other time. The time before that.
That's fair.
It's fine, Keith. If they don't have notes, I can do it. I have notes.
Well, I have notes too, so I don't.
Well,
Ooh.
see?
Here, just Whoever, go. Somebody do a recap so I don't have to.
Daniel should do
No. Last time, we had discovered that there were baby mimics, and we thought they were coming from the bank. So we went to the bank and met with the Merchants Guild operative in the bank named Kenji Hammerhands. Because this whole...
Smooth hands, hammer hands.
Yep, there's a theme going on. We met with him, and there were extra guards in the bank that seemed like maybe not the highest end security that had just been recently hired. He arranged for us to have a meeting with the bank manager, Wanda?
Yes.
Yeah, Wanda. We had a meeting with her and showed her the baby mimic. She, to most of us, did not seem concerned about it. However, Lucas noticed that she seemed to have maternal affection for it. We arranged to go investigate the vault, and we planned on clearing out the infestation. However, before we could do so, we needed Kenji to turn off the anti-magic field that surrounded the bank. And when he did that, the whole building shuddered, and Lucas used Find Creature to locate the nearest mimic, and discovered that the nearest mimic to him was, in fact, the bank. The building itself. We discovered this, panicked, left the building with Kenji, went and met with the Merchants Guild to inform them what we had learned, and then we were trying to gather more information on mimics and what we were dealing with, so we went and met with our dragon friend, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Cassius.
And he basically told us that if the building is a mimic, it's been a mimic for a really, 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 really long time.
Ancient is basically what we got.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else about the mimic itself that was particularly relevant.
Other than we decided that trying to kill it's probably not the first way we want to go.
So we went back to the Merchants Guild, and from talking with them, we learned that while the family that supposedly runs this bank is a third or fourth generation family, no one has ever seen any member of that family, and there's usually only one. They've never seen them leave the bank. So we are now convinced that the bank, they are not real. They are the anglerfish lure for the bank. And we were preparing to plan to deal with said bank. We also pieced together. I don't know. Does what we, because we kind of figured it out after the camera was off, but is that something our characters figured out, Keith?
Probably not if it happened off
Okay,
camera.
so our characters don't know this yet, but we as players figured out that the bank has been feeding itself by eating anyone who tries to break into the bank to steal from it. And
Fair.
we as characters put together that what has happened is when the Smooth Hands came to get their ransom money, a bunch of gold was taken out of the reserve vault because they needed extra gold for the amount they were asking for. When that gold was then brought back, because it didn't need to be used, it was not put back in the reserve vault, but into the main vault. So we have deduced that the reserve vault is where the baby mimics live. Mm-hmm. And that this was all one big accident that was not intentional on anybody's part.
And basically, I don't remember if we said we were going to do it off camera or on camera, explaining to the Merchants Guild everything, or if we were just going to be like, blah.
We did end the session with Killian saying, I will explain to you my plan, and that is where we ended it.
Yeah, there we go.
So that is up to our DM whether we are explaining in character or not.
I feel like we probably need to explain it in character because I have no idea what your plan is, and I don't think anyone else does either.
You blow it up.
I don't.
So,
We start a fire
so let
outside.
us start there.
Cook it.
Building, you can't burn stone.
So
It's
You
actually
can if
big.
it's hot enough.
jet fuel can't
Look at
melt
those
iron.
Steel beams.
Steel beams. So, my proposed plan to my party and to the assembled Merchants Guild. We will first attempt to parlay with the Mimic Bank as it has so far existed peacefully within the confines of the city, and it may have enough intelligence it can be reasoned with.
That's terrifying.
However, if such attempts to reason with it do not go our way, I propose taking some time and concocting a paralytic agent that we can use to paralyze the body of the mimic building so as to ensure that it does not collapse on anyone. And we then deploy some form of poison to neutralize the mimic.
No, it's acid. Never mind.
The idea here being that we preserve the structure of the building and the bank, but eliminate the threat it poses as a creature.
What about the mother?
Oh, I think that the mother is the bank. I think the bank manager is the anglerfish lure
You think
It's
so?
the-
of the bank.
Am I,
Because no one's ever seen her leave.
am I in the baby Bjorn?
You can be wherever you want to
Whatever
be.
you want, yeah. You want to be in the baby yarn?
I'm about to be like, well, I'll let you decide. But I'm like, and now my plan.
Everyone's here.
Oh no.
Alright, yeah, you start that off in the baby yarn. I grab you and I put you out on this floor.
I like the idea that she's just in the baby Bjorn, like, my plan!
Because
you just turn
Move up there.
No closer. I must set my plan.
Like we just explosives. We start a fire in the bowels of this creature,
You want to give it diarrhea?
and then
We poison your chili peppers.
and then it burns itself up.
Wow.
Okay. Alright.
Escalated oddly.
Can stone be melted with fire?
If you get it hot enough.
Except it's not really stone, so
Then we stone shape it apart.
Except it's not
not.
stone.
Yep,
Make up
that's-
your mind.
So, I have some concerns about both of these plans.
As a plan Z, I think that works.
Sure, we skipped a lot of letters.
Yeah, there's a reason I skipped a lot of
Okay.
letters for her plan.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
think that is a wonderful plan. We'll have to consider that as we move forward.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
You're only validating her ideas.
Sometimes validation is not a good thing. But I like your spirit and your moxie, says the least charismatic person. That's not your. What do you think moxie is?
We are in next company.
Wait, are you being racist again?
We're gonna have to have a conversation later about vocabulary.
Lance feels like we have to remind everyone that we are having this discussion in front of the heads of the Merchants Guild that are paying us.
Yep.
That's why I'm not singing either.
You can continue as you were. I just feel the need to point out to the players that this is not a private conversation
Steven
anymore.
did not know that, though.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, remember.
Okay, so the paralytic thing I think is a good general idea. But if this thing is a gigantic living organism, even if you, like, okay, the paralytic doesn't kill it.
No, we would have to kill it some other way. The paralytic ensures that the building can potentially remain after its death so that we don't have to explain why the bank and all the gold in it disappeared.
But will it not? Now, I don't know how this thing works, and since, I don't know, maybe none of us do really well enough to answer this question. Will it not just still decay like other dead organisms?
I do not know, but even if it does, we can
It gives
replace
us time.
it, put an exoskeleton, as it were, around it
A
in the
facade.
meantime.
So, how long does it take you to concoct massive amounts of paralytic?
Well, first I'll need to ensure that a paralytic will work. This could take a small bit of time.
And apparently some of the little coin mimics? Because you have to test it,
Maybe.
right?
Potentially we can explore some avenues there.
Okay.
I think it is safe to say that the current threat is mostly solved. I don't think that the mimic is going to intentionally attack anyone. I don't think that the mimic is going to allow all of the gold in the vault to disappear. That being said, I am still concerned because that this needs to be dealt with in some fashion.
Yeah, I do. She seemed like she could be talked to and maybe reasoned with, especially if she knows that we know what's up and that she's not been randomly murdering people. I appreciate that. I mean, she has been selectively murdering people. That's slightly problematic, but also it's a giant monster.
Also, we don't know that.
Oh, we don't know that?
We as
Sorry.
characters don't know how it's been feeding itself. We figured that out as players
That's right.
after the fact.
That's right. Thank you. But I mean, if we were able to talk to her, hopefully none of the paralytic things or the internal combustion idea will have to be used.
That's the fire.
Yeah, that's the fire in the bowels.
Oh, Steph, by the way, I gave you one because watching you slide 6 inches to your right on camera was so funny.
That was really
Like,
cute.
you couldn't tell you were moving. You literally just, on the camera, just...
You guys should see my moving sidewalk impersonation.
I would love to
Yes.
see that.
So I suppose the question we would have to ask our employers here, one, we may need resources to develop the tools to deal with this problem. We may also need to have a plan in place for how to explain to the general public if the bank is no longer
The bank.
available or around or in existence.
Presumably, you wish to have these things in place before you act?
I mean,
How much time
we are the hired help. If you don't want to worry about that, that's your prerogative. I feel like it would probably be in your best interest to have something in place before we take action. But hey, if you wanna green light us and give us the go without that is not my problem.
It will take some time to pull together what you have asked for. Presumably, you have a list of reagents you're looking to procure. It will take time, and it will take time to develop contingencies for no longer having a central bank.
It also might be worth noting that you have an easy scapegoat in the city. If something is randomly dead that shouldn't have been alive, there is a dome over the undercroft of the city. Easy scapegoat, if it comes to that.
Yes, I suppose there will probably be questions, though, as to how whatever
I mean, you couldn't
was.
just leave this. If things go sideways, you could always just leave the mess at the feet of the Appellian Order. One would assume they should have known that the central bank in their capital city was actually a magical creature. That seems like something they should have known.
That's a good point.
Indeed, one would have thought thus. I'll have to keep that in mind.
I mean, I hope things don't go sideways, but
Yeah, in the event that they do, there are several easy scapegoats.
in the interest of transparency, this would be the first time, I think, for most of us, slaying a building.
Well, where is the
Us, yes. For us, no.
where is the vault in this building? Is it in a sub-level?
Is Kenji still here?
Yeah, Kenji's here.
The reserve vault is in a sub-level. The main vault is there on the main floor. The main vault is larger than the reserve, ironically enough, but it is more accessible, and so it typically does not hold quite as much as the reserve vault does.
Very quietly. To Kazak, I'm like, wait a minute. Are we getting paid?
For this?
Yes.
Yes.
Keep saying we are.
Yes.
When did that happen? Stephanie wants to know because she missed it.
They're right at the beginning.
When they hired us.
Yeah.
When they said come to a meeting, we have a business proposal for you. That's when we were hired.
I'm just following everyone.
You know,
But you mean-
we're getting paid for this. It's just
You've been carried along. I'm following everybody.
Provided that there's any money left.
that's why we need to hurry.
So my thoughts here is, if we do blow up, say the bank, or we set it on fire or whatever, ignore her. The gold will be fine. It'll still be there.
Just,
You just
maybe
have to-
melted.
Possibly melted. You don't know, but it could be repurposed. The gold melted or unmelted. If it's no coin, it still has value.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be reclaimed later, and we can. We'd be able to hide the problem of the mimic, and say that the building just caught fire, and it needs to be rebuilt.
Does the bank have a wooden roof?
Wooden
I
roof.
was about to say,
Does it appear to be a wooden
looking
roof?
roof.
By appearance, no.
Okay.
It looks more like masonry walls.
Yeah.
Actually, stone foundation, masonry walls, tile roof is what it appears
Yeah.
to be.
I'm a little concerned because I feel like the bank does not have the. I feel like it might be hard to explain it catching fire and that destroying the building as a whole, but we could go that route. Ideally, I'd like to not have to explain the disappearance of a bank.
Can't we just blame it on a dragon?
So when you say that just to you, actually you've known Killian long enough. You see Killian's eyes light up, which means, you just gave Killian a bad idea.
no,
But Killian goes,
no.
Well, that means we can
perhaps.
Hey.
we can blow it up.
Meanwhile, the dragon sitting over at the table crosses his arms and just looks at you.
Is Cassius
Part
here?
of the
Oh,
merchant.
I didn't know Cassius
So I'm
was
like,
here.
blame it on a
Does that change the reaction?
No. In fact, again, us in the know, you catch Killian the briefest of glimpses towards Cassius before he stops himself.
because they're so powerful and great.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
No.
Anyway, so gentlemen, with your permission, we can move ahead with some of our plans. I don't know how involved you want to be in our strategy. Suffice to say, best case scenario, we convince the mimic to coexist.
That would be an ideal outcome, of
Worst
course.
case scenario, we have to explain the loss of a building.
Loss of a building and perhaps a complete restructuring of the
Financial system.
financial system of the capital.
Indeed.
So that would be what we in the business would call the worst case scenario. If you can chart some middle ground or perhaps leaning towards your best case, that would be our recommendation.
Well, then we can prepare our strategies and contingencies. If you just want to let us know when we have the green light to attempt to deal with the problem. Whenever you're most comfortable with it.
Would you prefer to procure your reagents yourselves and just be funded, or would you rather that we pool our resources and make them available to you?
I think in the interest of disguising your involvement and our involvement with you, funding us for the moment, might be the best course of action. And then if there's something that we cannot acquire on our own, we may have to revisit that. But I suspect with funding, we can acquire all the things we'll need.
Very well. Cassius, you seem to have a bit of a knack for magical contracts. I do. Care to take it? Care to take it? Of course. And he'll call for parchment, and then he's gonna pull out a bottle of what you recognize as magical ink and set it up and start writing out. It's not a big missive, but it's something, and he finishes writing it and slides it over to you.
Killian will read through the entire thing.
It's not that long. It says the bearer, the holder of this letter is on business for the Merchants Guild. Provide them whatever material needs they have. Send the bill to Cassius, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And it has his signature on it.
And I assume it's magical.
Of course.
Oh no, like Killian can.
Oh,
I
yes.
have detect magic up all the time.
Oh yeah,
for
it
my
is
class,
it
so.
is very much magical.
Question: since player Steven missed a week,
Right.
is he part of the Merchants Guild, or is he?
He is currently associated with them.
He's
and is very
associated
deep
with
in
them,
their-
not
it-
part
deep
of
in-
them.
deep
The
in their
Merchants Guild has
pockets.
been making lots of deals with him. He's been peddling anti-magic fields.
That's a good reason.
So
Well, I'll sign it then. I'm comfortable with this arrangement.
There's no don't blame a dragon clause in there or anything.
nope.
That's
Not that you can see.
bad idea, man.
Hey, it's not the worst idea I've heard.
Oh, I whisper, Gillian. Have you asked about the magic hotspot?
No, we're gonna have to revisit that.
Magic hotspot? Just to make sure we can always connect.
So when we walked into the bank and Killian and Lucas realized that they had entered another anti-magic field, I was like, okay, so now that it's happened twice in like as many days, I'm gonna have to find some way to circumvent this. And so then I was like, if I had a signal that was like stronger than like if I had a localized signal of magic that was stronger than the airway, and Danny was like, so you're making a magic hotspot. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
somebody had to figure out the way around it, because
Because it's a problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll sign it and just pass it around for if other people need to sign it.
There's actually not a spot for you to sign it.
Oh, okay, just holding it.
Just-
Okay, yep,
just-
yep. I will happily take that.
Okay.
It's gonna be one of those things that like burns itself into you if you break it or something. It's gonna be terrible.
I mean, I didn't say anything about consequences or.
Nope, but I know who wrote it, so.
Yeah, we just assume. There are consequences if you break this thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're talking to a bank?
Well, sorry. So
We will adjourn to
Having a
our.
I have to get into the voice.
Um,
And it
Just-
requires a lot of screaming.
just I suppose make your plans and be timely about it, and do give us a bit of warning.
Yep.
We will establish the contingency in case
we will warn
things
you
go
before
south.
we attempt to rectify the situation. But
But I think that we'll likely be waiting on you more than the reverse. We want you to be 100% prepared, and then we will take our step. The reverse could be problematic.
Part of the problem is taking over the bank was our contingency. So we didn't really have a better plan for how to supplant the established central banking system of a continent-spanning empire.
you let us know as soon as you are ready for the potential fallout, and we will let you know as soon as we have finished our preparations. And when both sides have finished their work, we will proceed.
Very
Do you want to set
good.
up a point of contact?
We already have one.
Okay.
In that case, we'll let you go make your plans, and we'll go make ours. Good luck seems appropriate to say at this juncture, although if we're relying on luck, we may be in trouble.
Yeah, probably.
Luck's gone all right for me so far.
Anyway,
Nope, not going there.
back to the Batcave.
Or Castian's house.
Right.
In that cave, also known as.
To be fair, Castian is the closest thing to a Bruce Wayne crazy nut job in this.
Actually, that's more seamy.
She
That's
literally
fair. Okay,
pretends
fair
to
enough.
be. She is a wealthy business person by day and a vigilante justice.
Just nobody let
Okay,
me
the Mad
talk.
Hatter then. Let's go with
I
that
will
then.
just screw everything up if I'm allowed to talk. Just let me like look important. And
Oh
we're
no!
good.
He's more of a joker.
When Killian had lots of money, that made him Iron Man, didn't it?
Yes, it
Apparently
did.
you are Iron Man in a way.
I'm Iron Man if he was broke.
Now,
I mean, he's been broke several times in comics, so.
Anyway, so back at our headquarters.
How long is it going to take for you to create a agent?
So I don't know, because I don't even know what will and will not affect the mimic.
Now we're talking about a totally different biology.
Can they get drunk?
We might.
it's a fair question.
Maybe.
Ha!
Most living things can, so why
Like
not?
every other question you ask, just leaves me with like 5 or 6 more things I need to ask about. I am hoping that our friend up the hill might be able to provide me with some reading material on the nature of oozes and other associated things.
I was gonna
Alternatively-
say maybe the library.
Yeah,
has
we
something.
could check out the library.
Yeah, also the library. Also, it would be good if we could acquire some more of the small mimics to perform some tests on.
So do we like post a notice through town asking about your moving coins that are eating each other?
No. I think that some of us go do exactly what I did, and go do some work around town. Maybe try and spread out where you're doing work, like a little bit here, a little bit there, just to see if we can't collect some more.
Let me check the shop. I didn't even think about checking the shop. Oh,
All your money's gone. There's one really fat mimic coin. Oh gosh.
It's like the ancient the ancient money system. It's just a giant rock.
Me and Natalie,
Lyra.
could go do like a dance ensemble
Mm-hmm.
in the streets.
it'd be fun to watch. Be real weird.
Anyway, yeah, so if you 3 want to focus on trying to find us some more of these mimic coins, the only important thing to remember is we don't want it to become general knowledge that money is disappearing because we want to avoid causing a run on the bank. Other than that, though,
A run on the bank could be really fun to watch too.
Very different reasons.
But then it just might go into, like, feast mode.
I
It's
know.
You might be dealing with the loss of innocence there.
A fascinating thought experiment.
Yes.
And
Not
only
really
a thought
in
experiment.
if
Yes.
you 2 want to search the library, I will go talk to our friend up the hill and see if he has any books or anything I can borrow on the subject. We are specifically looking for the anatomy of mimics and other oozes, and how they might be we'll probably just start there, because if we can understand how they, for example, if we just pour a whole bunch of beer in the bank, will the mimic absorb it through its membranes and
see what I can find.
Okay, so I will meet you back here in just a few.
yeah, go check on your money.
Yeah. So I head back to my shop.
Okay. Roll me a percentile.
I know,
Dice
but I'm
now.
thinking if we can.
I'd like
use
to
some
roll
of the
for
funds.
performance for me and Natalie.
Alternatively,
Okay. Steven, do you happen to have Nat's character sheet?
Yeah.
Cool. How have we? Remind me how we have done. Okay. Yeah. So you will roll your. Actually, we'll just do this. Roll your performance with advantage. but you will want her performance modifier for
Plus 9.
possible results. Plus 9. Okay.
Oh.
So roll performance with advantage.
I got 15.
You got a 15.
So I do not add my skills? Or I do?
I mean, it's a performance roll, so
So yes, yeah.
so roll
17.
17. Okay. That is a success. So her plus 9 plus what is your plus 2, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
So where are you doing your performance?
There's no one working the hat shop, right? So,
No.
I'm gonna go near my favorite bakery.
Okay.
I've convinced Lara to do that with me.
Okay.
That's weird.
You are still in the
Have you seen that TikTok with the two little girls eat and the one is this and the one's like what? And then she gets down? That's how I'm dancing.
I haven't, but let's see it again.
I was gonna say I haven't seen it, but I kind of feel like I have now.
Yep.
Alternatively, so I will send my homunculus in with you. Frederick will be searching with you.
Oh,
Okay.
I am going to go find work
Okay.
because I can do an insane amount of work in a very short period of time, as
Sure.
long as it is production menial labor.
Sure.
Okay. So, since you did succeed, and you're roll me 11d6.
I have 8 BDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will roll more than that again.
62. Okay.
Okay, give me your numbers and I will add them for you.
6, 3, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4. Is it 11, guys?
Yeah.
5, 4, 1.
34.
Okay.
So 3 gold pieces, 4 silver.
Yep. 3 gold pieces and 4 silver. In total.
Okay. Well, because I don't want to stab them.
I
Dink,
need them alive.
dink. I get the ones I'm like,
Dink.
So we'll just take them home. Like back.
Okay. So you've done that. So Sini, you get to your shop, and your employees are busy doing what they do in the shop.
We're still not totally sure what that is.
Still not totally sure what it is, but they're staying busy. They are, there's a lot of meetings that happen because you don't keep a lot of stock in the store itself. It's more of an information broker kind of situation and setting up deals. So as you walk in the door, the shop manager sort of looks up and has sort of this like for a brief moment there's this like wide-eyed gaze and then back to sort of professional demeanor, says, Ms. Reisler, I'm so glad you're here. We've got a little bit of something we need to talk to you about.
All the gold is gone.
Okay, lay it on me. What's wrong?
Let's go to the office first.
Okay.
I really gotta learn this whole not having conversations in public spaces thing.
Negative charisma, man.
So she leads you back to the office, and it's like, and as the door closes behind you, she just breaks down bawling. I don't know what happened, but half the money's gone out of the vault, out of the safe, and it wasn't me, and it wasn't any of the other boys.
I
just don't know what
believe
I'm so sorry.
I believe you. Don't worry about it. I am gonna have you do. We're gonna go in the vault together.
I mean, it's not a walk-in vault. It's just
okay.
a store safe. Bless you.
We're gonna get into the safe together, and we're gonna figure this out.
Okay.
It's okay. Don't panic. Take a few deep breaths. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
No. Just disappointed. You're fired.
So, okay, let's.
Okay, so she's trying to pull herself together, but she's definitely hyperventilating a little bit. Leads you back to the safe and twirls the dials, and you hear it sort of clicking into place, and opens it up, and there's there is a pile of coins there. There is also a very small wooden chest, and she's like,
Oh no.
I didn't put that in there.
Touch it to death.
Huh?
The more they eat.
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
Nope.
Okay. So, I would like for you to please go and grab me some kind of a leather strap or
she's
something.
gonna get beaten.
Risley takes off her belt.
That's not normal. We're gonna strap it shut.
Okay.
As it eats the strap.
And she's gonna reach
I don't
down
know
and
how this works yet.
she's gonna reach down and pull her belt off of her waist and hand it to you.
Okay, little guy. I'm actually saying this as it goes.
The full Steve Irwin pose.
Like, yes.
You won't butte. You won't butte. Now
That's
don't
just so-
bite me. Don't you bite me.
We're just gonna tighten this down.
One
wanna
second,
raise
please. We're gonna
Be a
see.
mimic rancher.
We're gonna see if it can actually
Steven's
even.
been playing too much Slime Rancher.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you could train it in like 4 forms that it just like has a command word for each.
Normally it would have advantage from being hidden, but since you know it's there, it is not going to get that. And I'm guessing a 13 is not going to be enough to hit. I would be
goodness, no.
I would be shocked if it was.
Oh, certainly not.
So as
That's
you
21.
reach in to the safe to try and put this belt around it, you see sort of out of one side this pseudopod sort of whip out to try and grab you, but it misses, and your helper's like, ah! And turns and runs.
As you should.
This will be initiative while you are dealing
you.
with this.
You should just take the money, leave it in the vault. All I can see is the Jurassic Park scene with the velociraptors.
So that's gonna be a 14.
Okay, so I've got a 16, so it is going to. The lid is going to open, and there's teeth and jaws, and the tongue's going to reach out and try and smack you again.
I got higher than you.
You said 14, right?
Oh.
I
Okay.
said 16.
I rolled a 19.
Oh,
And I
see,
also
that's
forgot to-
that's
Do you have a
what
-5? to
that's what
initiative?
I.
No, I actually have a +5 that I didn't add, so it's
That's-
actually like a 20.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
I heard
I might have
14.
said wrong. I don't know why.
I thought I heard 14. But it will be. Go for
Okay.
it.
So I'm gonna punch it in the face. And on the way back, I'm just gonna scoop the coins out and slam the door.
Okay. So go ahead and smack it.
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Uh,
Do your worst.
well, that's not too terrible.
That's not too terrible. 47.
7.
With a critical?
Well, it is okay, yeah. I forgot about the critical thing. So that's actually gonna be 13 plus 7.
Does that include your martial arts die?
I mean, it is my martial art,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So 13, so 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you doing anything else with that, or are you just
I
smacking
mean, we need it alive, so I'm just smacking it back and trying to get the coins out.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna have to test each one of these freaking coins.
All right. So.
Don't want to kill it, so I have to tickle it.
All right.
I gotta make my employees tickle
Get a feather.
coins.
That sounds like
Oh.
They could well, would tickling do it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I mean, if anything, it's like
All
a
right.
little
So you
scratcher.
smack it, and sort of knock it back a little bit, and then just as a free action, you're just
Yeah.
scooping the coins out. Now, I will give you either scooping the coins out or closing the safe, but not both.
I'm really dedicated to this tickling the coins thing now, so I'm scooping the coins out.
Scooping the coins out onto the floor. Okay, and that leaves
10 of them
it
get
an
thrown
opening
away.
to come after you. Let's see how we do this time.
it's like whenever you turn on a light. And
That
like
is not going to be enough.
all of the
And it
cockroaches. Yep.
flicks out its pseudopod again to try and hit you and misses. Okay, and then you
Slam it in the safe.
you slam the safe on it, and the safe kind of rattles a little bit.
I'm sure it does.
It's like a badger in a box all over again.
Yep. How do I keep getting these, man? So,
nature.
okay, guys. Guys.
And
I need you to
it's
help me
like,
carry this safe.
Or you could bring it back.
is
to
it okay?
Yes, it is now safely secured in the safe, away from the money. We're gonna have to do something real quick, though.
What's that?
We're gonna need to tickle these coins.
What?
Don't ask questions. Just come here. We need to make sure that they don't move.
That's what you get for having a booger ass.
Okay. And she comes in with you and starts like poking at things, and she's not really tickling. She's just kind of she's real skittish about this. Go ahead and roll me another percentile.
Popcorn.
32.
Okay. All of the coins that you scooped out are in fact coins.
Okay.
It ate all of the rest.
So, not really sure, just because I'm not positive if tickling would have worked.
Okay.
I am going to have her take all of that, put it in a pouch,
Okay.
set it aside, and then count this every time you open it. If anything goes missing, you let me know right away, right? I'm gonna be down at the hat shop, just down there.
Okay.
They think you're nuts.
Yeah.
You're not gonna bring the
100%.
specimen.
As I say, you're gonna bring us the safe.
Yes.
Walking down the streets in
The
town. This
safe.
safe. Well, you have a safe, and it's.
So yeah, I'll be back to check in. But if anything changes in that bag, you just take the bag down to where we are, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You're not mad about the missing money?
The thing in the safe
Uh-huh.
is why the money is missing.
Oh.
Will
I
extract.
think I feel better, but I also feel worse.
That's a reasonable response to this.
Okay. And she's just kind of spaced at this point.
Yep, that's fair. And haul my safe down to headquarters.
See, you are. You're just walking down the street with a safe that is rattling.
Yep, yes I am.
Okay.
I like to think that seconds before Danny walks in, I'm like, I have 3 coins. Danny walks into the safe.
And he's like, I got a big one.
I just like occasionally act like I'm tripping every time. Like
Oh no.
oh
It's
my
just
ankle.
so heavy.
Okay,
My ankle.
I need you to
bird.
make a performance check.
It's gonna be real bad unless I'm drunk, but I'm not. Okay. Oh, actually,
That was a journey.
that's so it's -1 unless I'm drunk. So that's gonna be 17.
17? Okay.
Oh,
I
it's a
mean,
journey.
We can help you.
There are people staring at you as you go by, but you are putting on. You've picked up enough along the way from the people you know that, like,
Are better at this than
are
me.
better at telling fibs than you are. That you're able to put on a performance that at least doesn't draw undue attention from the masses.
I am waiting for somebody to get it.
The guards that you pass, on the other hand, not so much. They see this woman walking down the street with a safe, and they have questions. And just your luck, one of them that's walking up has the badge that's indicative of the Appellian Order. Excuse me, miss.
Ow, my ankle.
And
brutality.
just where are you taking the safe there?
Sorry. I'm shop owner up top there, and yeah, I'm taking this down to my friend's hat store. Ow! Pop, pop, pop.
Does he not have his own safe?
Nope.
And why are you moving your safe in the first place?
There's a long story behind that. His got broken. It was really messy. It's really an awkward thing. Ow! 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 I'm having terrible leg cramps. Is it okay if I can go on?
Here, let me.
I am just going to need some information from you, because we may have to check up on your story. What did you say your name was?
Rysla. Like, is this the right time to be Rysla or the right time to be
You
Sweet?
forgot. You got to lean in and give him the passcode. Hail Hydra.
And which shop did you say was yours, Miss Rysla?
Okay, player Danny has forgotten the name of her own shop.
I don't think I ever gave you one.
Okay, then.
So,
Shop name.
and you said you're friends with who?
Probably not a good.
Well, oh well. It's too late now.
So Castian, he's out of town at the moment.
The evening news. Two
Okay.
guards brutally murdered
And
in the
you
street.
said you're taking this to his hat shop.
Actually, no. Since he's not there, I probably shouldn't. Ow. Ow.
Oh boy.
How far away from the hat shop is she?
Not that far. It's just down the hill.
I was gonna say, you just start yelling really loud, ow! Ow!
It's just like that -1 charisma, man. It's killing me.
Are you by a bakery?
Actually, you know what? Nix and Kazakh, as you guys are coming back from the bakery, just
Well, actually, we were doing different things, so I was.
okay.
I had a different plan.
I am on my
That's
own.
Yeah.
That's
So now it's
terrible.
definitely gonna be on the evening news, 2 guards brutally murdered in the street.
Okay, so Nix, because you have because you do have Lyra with you,
Not on your own.
roll me a perception
2
check
guards
with
immolated.
advantage.
Halfling suspect at large. Believed to be armed and dangerous.
Sorry, did you say with advantage?
With advantage
Oh,
because
goodness.
Lyra is with you.
Okay. Perception?
Perception.
22.
22. Okay. As you are making your way back to the hat shop, you happen to glance down, not the side street, but it's actually one of the main thoroughfares. And you look up the way and you see about a block or so off your good friend Simi, aka Rizla, who is standing there with 3 or 4 guards standing around her, and she is holding a safe and they are questioning her.
I mean, we would have sauntered towards her anyway, but we have gone a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Because I don't like guards either.
Kill them.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're approaching, you are hearing this conversation of him asking her where she's taking the safe and who she's taking it to, and then she just realized that she's taking it to the shop of a guy who she has just said is out of town.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Good thing it was you that found them.
Meanwhile, wherever Killian is, oh no, I sense that Simi has been engaged in social conversation.
CB has spoken.
Hold on.
I'll give you a few minutes to sort of suss out what you're gonna do.
To remind myself what spells I prepared.
Daniel, you had another plan, so let's hear it. Well,
Yeah. Well, Cassian has been out. All these hat vendors have been showing up, right?
mm-hmm. Yep.
So I was gonna talk to them,
Okay.
and I was just gonna ask to see their coins, specifically their gold, just to make sure that
Okay.
they are authentic.
Okay. We're gonna have to role play this because this is gonna be something.
Casting aspersions on there.
Okay. So there are two there are two vendors immediately out front. Their stalls have grown somewhat over the last week or so that Castian has been gone. So when they first showed up, it was a single vendor, minder for each stall. It has now grown, and each of them has a couple of helpers with them. The tables have sort of spread out. They've put pavilions up, and now there's like whole racks of stuff under the tents. It's not unlike a Ren Fair stall, actually.
Okay.
So you have two of them that you can go to, one of them represents Klein's caps, and one of them is Hawthorne's headwear.
Okay.
Which would you prefer?
Let's go to Hawthorne's headwear first.
Okay. You do see a familiar halfling woman who is clearly in charge of the stall.
A familiar.
Yeah, she was there before.
Okay.
So she's standing there. You saw them when they first showed up, yeah?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you would recognize her. You do recognize her as Jillian Lightheart. She is sort of directing her helpers and helping the customers that are sort of wandering through and perusing the hats.
Okay.
And she looks up and she sees you and says, "Oh, hi, welcome back. Come to peruse our wares, I see."
And just real quick, she's also probably seen me around too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
You kind of stand out, so she remembers the Dragonborn.
Yeah, and like I don't
she
think I've
remembers you.
I don't think I've like done anything to like make her hate me or anything. So, so I'm gonna go up to her and say hi. I'm not exactly here for a hat.
What are you here for?
I have an odd request.
Oh dear, I'm so flattered, but I'm happily married.
That's good to hear. Congratulations.
Although you are a cutie, and if anyone could tempt me away, it would be you. But
Well, just
Wow.
if anything happens, let me know, okay?
I'll do that.
All right. But no, for what I'm here for is some of the coins in Cassian's shop were they seem to be fake, and I was wondering if I can just wanted to see if it's a common thing around town right now. I just want to see real quick if your gold coins are real coins.
Well, I assure you, we do check and make sure that they're real before we take them from the customers. I'm quite surprised that Castian doesn't have a similar policy. Can't be much of a businessman if he's not checking for counterfeit coin.
You can punch him in the face. It's fine.
Well, you know, he I don't know how he runs his business, but it's
Obviously not very well. He hasn't been open for over a week.
I know, that's so strange, right?
This halfway's gonna get a ransom note because he has her family now.
So no, I'm gonna say, well, this is not something that can be easily detected. It's hidden by magic, and so
Magic, you say?
yes,
That is tricky stuff.
That's illegal.
That's well, it.
Yes, like counterfeiting coins.
They must be very brazen if they're using magic to hide fake coins.
We're about to get Cassian's place raided.
yeah, it's very very strange, and so we're just before we bring it to the authorities, we just want to make sure that we know what we're talking about here, and want to make sure that everything is checks out for other people as well. Maybe it's
The
just
presence of magic on the coins isn't enough to go to the.
well, the fact that they're
authorities?
not actually gold coins, they're bronze coins, copper coins. Sorry, whatever it is, the lower coin is. I'm not familiar with your currency.
I mean, it's basic gold, silver, copper. So yeah.
they're actually copper. After the magic wears off and they turn to copper, which is what they were originally before the magic, and so it's kind of that's a big loss.
Quite a big loss. Yes. And you say they're hard to detect. So how do you intend to detect them?
Yes.
Stabbing him.
I have a magical dagger that I just can.
You carry magic around with you?
It's not out as
Ooh,
outlaw
you are a
as-
bad boy.
It's not as big of a deal as it may seem, but
I know some in the order who would argue with you.
It's not something that I like
Kill this
to.
woman now.
It's not something that I like to flourish around. That's why I'm coming to you directly. But I just a quick scratch on the coin will tell me if it's real or not. And you can. I'm not going to do anything. You can see. I'm not going to take them or away from you or anything. I just want you can be right there. Just a quick scratch.
One of them is going to scream, and you're going to have to explain it.
I'm glad you understand that I can't let you take the coins out of here. But given that, I don't see what harm it could do. Come on.
All right.
Only psychological damage.
And she is going to lead you into a back sort of closed off section. She's using it as the office / her living quarters here at this little makeshift stall. And she reaches down and pulls up. Basically, it's just a little wooden, like, apple crate almost that coins have been dumped into.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. And I mean, are they all? Is it mixed match or is it all?
Yeah, it's all just everywhere in there. It's gold, it's silver, it's
We did
some
learn
copper.
that the coins have. It's not just gold coins now.
Oh,
People
boy.
were complaining about losing silver and copper the same way.
I thought it was just gold.
Yeah, no, when we were like...
Where I
looking
didn't get
for
this
rumors.
memo. All right.
It's okay.
Well, I was going for gold, so all right, I'm gonna pick through all the gold coins. I'm gonna set them aside,
Okay.
and
Squeeze each one as even
one by
squeaks.
one, I'm just gonna lightly scratch it with a knife, not enough to like
Okay.
stab it, but
Right.
I'm just gonna.
Okay. All of the coins that she has are just coins.
Okay. Seems like these are real coins. So I'm glad that you haven't been a target of these counterfeits.
Well,
Problem.
I am too, and thank you so very much for looking out for your friend's competitors. Not many people would be so noble as to do that.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
And as you pass her on the way out, she pinches your butt.
Oh, oh my.
Take off the hand.
Only acceptable solution.
All right. I just ignore that. And then
You're
go on
used
the
to
next.
it.
Yeah.
It happens all the
We
time.
will.
At this point,
At this point, yeah, I get stares. I get a quick.
People
You get
Caress you.
titters. You know the.
Yeah.
Okay. Those of you who were venturing to the library.
Yep. I get my key out and open.
I'm not. I was actually just sending my homunculus, and I was gonna go see if I could get work.
Okay.
So just Lucas and the pumpkin.
So just Lucas and the
Yeah.
homunculus.
I use the key to
Lucas and
open
the
the
Homunculus is a great band name.
make the door behind the bookcase, and I will go in. I will look throughout the library for a book on mimics. Specifically, I will use locate object, which I can specify a book on mimics, and it will take me to the nearest one.
Okay.
You're real handy, you know that?
I am very handy.
Okay.
Handy.
Yes, in all the
Make
various
me.
Handy, not handsy, which is the lady who pinched your butt.
Single hand.
Just make me a percentile roll.
A percentile roll?
By the way, Brayden,
Oh, for
for like
oh,
searching out the book
for doing
in a place that
what
should
I
be
do.
for doing the thing that you built your character to do.
Yep.
Absolutely.
we reward this behavior.
43.
43. Okay. So the nearest book on mimics that you find is actually a book of fairy tales based around mimics.
Yep. I'll put the book down. I'll cast Memorize on it.
Okay.
So I now know everything that was in the book without having to read it.
Okay.
It's so handy.
It takes 10 minutes.
Right.
But I mean, I have imaginary time here, and everyone else is doing their own stuff. And I will,
It's just gonna be like my walking
I
encyclopedia.
will
He's so so many things, but this is so
I'll
bad.
take the book and I'll just put it by the entrance, and I'll go forth further distance, and I'll do the same thing with the locate object again, and see if I can find something
Okay.
other than the
Other than the one you've already
other
found.
than that
I
I
don't, know,
found.
I don't know how specific you can get, but Killian did say specifically we need to learn about their anatomy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll try again.
Okay. Make me another percentile roll.
Where the mating habits.
We call this the
75.
75. Okay. The spell does lead you pretty deep into the library. I mean, however big the library is.
I mean,
in
it
here.
is as big as you
Massive.
claim it is,
Um,
depending on what you believe.
Right.
You know, the order would have gained in the however long they've had this. So
I can only see it as a Warehouse 13 kind of library. So it's as big as it needs to be. So you do get led further away from the door, deep sort of into the bowels of the library, and there is one book, pretty dusty, and it's up on like the 4th or 5th shelf, so you have to find a ladder, a step ladder,
Or you can make
To
a
get
homunculus
to it.
get it for you.
fly.
or fly up to it, whatever.
He came prepared for this.
So you pull it out, and it is very clearly a tome that was written by some some type of scholar or researcher or maybe a sorcerer or something at some point. Very
Professor Quiz.
very clearly, a thick tome. You flip it open, and
It's a mimic.
And it bites your face.
you flip it open, and what languages do you know?
Languages?
Yeah.
Do you not have comprehend languages?
I do.
Okay.
So if you will allow me to comprehend language list.
Yeah, this is just for flavor more than anything.
Okay. I know common, halfling, and thieves' can.
Okay, it is none of those,
Okay.
so no surprise.
Language.
Strangely enough, it's not a language you actually recognize as being like native to your world.
Interesting. Okay. But does comprehend languages?
Comprehend languages works just fine. It is a very technical study on not just mimics, but several other monstrous species. Mimics are chief among, or one of the big studies was done on mimics and their kin. So oozes and the like are sort of all grouped together. It's got a lot of information on them. Some detailed anatomical drawings of mimics, as much as a mimic has an anatomy that can be identified. Oozes, lots of drawings, not as anatomical, simply because they're oozes.
Certainly.
So, but lots of drawings, some weird sort of symbolic notation that doesn't really translate well.
Okay.
You, as Braden, as a real person, would recognize them as chemical formulas, but you don't have anything. You, as Lucas, don't have that background, that know-how to know that that's what it is.
Okay. I am just quickly researching on one thing that I can do. Okay. I will take that book and bring it out of the library and just have it. I'll probably myself just do some like quick notations and notes on like some like more specific things that he's probably looking for. Best to just.
Killian, what are you doing right now?
I am going to see the dragon who lives at the top of the hill to ask him for books.
That's right. We will come back to that.
I might do one thing real quick. How long do I think it's going to take for him to get done with talking with Cassian?
You have
Cassius?
You have no idea.
Okay. I will just try and copy down as much as I can that I think would be useful. I'll also memorize that one specifically too.
Okay. Now, how do the things coming out of that library work? Are they like?
They don't, do they?
Let me read the specific wording on it. I mean, as long as I am like in the mansion, I can just take it out of the library section itself. But once
but you have to stay.
I have to stay in the mansion with it.
Okay. Is there a duration? How long it lasts?
The key? 24 hours.
No, the
Oh, memorize?
No, the book. So if you bring the book out of the library, as long as you're in the mansion, it lasts as long as the mansion lasts?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just as far as it says that there's just a library in there.
Okay.
So it is up to your discretion whether or not
that works.
things
Take stuff
the
out.
book can leave the mansion, or if there is a ritual on all of the books that keep it in the library.
Yeah, it would be more along those lines.
Right. But I imagine I can have it in the mansion.
Yeah.
Like out of the library, but once I exit, it has to go back in the
Yeah.
library. So.
Yeah.
So the homunculus was also looking for mimic books. I assume that we're basically done with that search, but he's also looking for any alchemical books that might have something that would be like a treatise on things like on paralytics and things like that.
Roll me a percentage die for that.
Where's my other? There it is. 53.
He doesn't find anything.
Okay.
And congratulations, by the way, Braden. You now get to make up mimic fables.
You don't know what
Lovely.
you've done.
Mimic fable. Got it.
Aesop's mimic fables.
Yep. There you go. Okay. And Rain, where are you going to earn money? What are you doing?
Brothel.
So, his original idea, and it'll depend on what is available, is he's going to try to find the biggest. Well, okay, actually, first a question. We've sort of established that there's at least enough of a printing presence that there are smut books in sort of common circulation, yes?
I mean, there always has to be. It's a
I mean, yes, but also, like,
militaristic society. So.
are most books done on, like a movable press, a movable print? Or are they done, like, how are books produced?
Has the printing press been invented?
Some of the...
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
It's an important question.
Man, Killian, you should really get on that. Be a world-changing.
Don't
thing.
do it. Don't do it.
Killian was too busy inventing explosives.
An anti-fire powder.
And now he has to make a magic
Originally, that's
hotspot.
nice. The T100. I rarely use it, so.
Okay.
Sorry, Keith.
Let us go to the dice.
World building questions. Keith, has the printing press been invented?
Let us go to
What they do,
RNG.
they get a
the
carver.
RNG.
Oh, gosh.
See, I
Carve
almost
around
feel like they
one.
would have so that they could spread whatever the holy book for the empire was to the
En masse.
yeah.
But did they really have any major holy books? I thought we asked that before, and there wasn't any
There-
major ones.
Yeah,
There-
there really weren't.
There's like a pamphlet of like the Ten Commandments.
Most
basically,
so most books are still manuscripts. So they are handwritten by scribes.
Okay.
There are a few like niche, really small pamphlets that are not mass produced but are done using a primitive form of a printing press. It is not movable type. It is
stamps, essentially.
Yeah, it is essentially stamps that are being rolled over the paper.
Okay, so that kind of. Okay, so there is not enough that I can market that without a whole bunch more time. Okay, so instead, I am going seeking places. So potentially like a brick maker, anything that is like done en masse for production's sake. So bricks or like glass baubles. What?
Plates?
Plates. Yeah, like pottery, porcelain.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably find a potter's shop
Okay.
easily enough.
I'm looking for probably the biggest one in the capital. Like, I'm looking for somebody who is producing industrial amounts of something.
Okay.
Because I am going to replace a whole lot of people for a really short period of time.
So you're looking for a textile mill.
Yeah, that's what it's going to wind up being.
Yeah.
It is going to be a textile mill.
Okay, so that's where I'm headed then.
Okay. All right. So you do
Sounds
find
from out of town.
you do find
Okay, so I need to introduce myself to whoever is in charge.
okay. So the sign over the door does say Smooth Hands Textiles.
Oh, I guess easy in, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I might actually skip. Okay, so seeing that is our big textiles, I'm actually just gonna skip because I'm only gonna run into a foreman here. So I'm just going to their house.
Butler opens the door. May I help you? Oh, welcome. How can I help you?
I actually have a quick business proposal for your master that is sort of expedient.
Well, do come in, sir. I shall go find. I shall go find the Lord of the Manor and bring him to the sitting room.
Allow
Thank
me
you,
to
I
find you
appreciate
Lord Smooth Hands.
He's not a lord.
Oh, that's true.
He is not a lord.
They are
He
not
is,
aristocracy.
they are
He
not
just
aristocracy.
fancy.
He just fancy.
I mean, they're essentially what has replaced the aristocracy, though. So like.
So he shows you to the small sitting room up front, and a few minutes later, your friend Mr. Smoothhands comes in. Rain, wasn't it?
It was.
And he
Good memory.
reaches out to shake your hand. You have to have a good memory in business. What can I do for you?
I agree. And speaking of business, I actually have a proposal for this evening once your textile shop has closed. I happen to have a number of skills that you might be able to make use of that I was hoping that I could get a piece rate for. What I am looking at is replacing a number of your workers for the evening. You provide the materials and I provide your end product in the space of about 10 minutes. Anything that will fit within essentially, let's see, 8 times 5 times 5, essentially like 125 square feet.
You know, just roughly in the neighborhood of like 125 square feet.
That's a lot.
That is.
That's quite a bit of product.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more. Don't be coy with me.
I think showing you might be easier than.
What you are proposing sounds an awful lot like.
It would sound like that.
Yeah.
I can see why that would be something that would come to mind.
I can also see why you wouldn't want any of my workers around.
Yeah. Thus, this evening after the textile mill has closed.
Well, we don't typically close. We do
we're
try to
fine.
run around the clock or around the.
The sundial.
It just suddenly occurs to me. It just suddenly occurred to me that idiom doesn't make sense right now. Good job, by the way.
I mean, I imagine gnomes do have a clock. It's just that no one can read it.
Well, they've got a clock, but that idiom around the clock doesn't necessarily have any meaning yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, we do try to keep it running all the time.
That makes sense.
So, how long do you need?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
All right, everybody, mandatory union 10-minute break.
We
Out
can,
the door.
we can work that into the shift change. And he is going to sort of glance up at this contraption on the wall that Stephen would recognize as a rudimentary clock, but which Rain has no idea. The next shift change will be in about 2 hours. Is that amenable?
It is.
I'll just send a note down to the foreman to give you 20 minutes on the floor. That way we can have enough time on either side.
Perfect. As far as some sort of a piece rate, because I'll be providing that we are actually working on a particular business interest, and so this is sort of an important step in that process. I'm looking for some sort of a piece rate for this. It can be heavily discounted considering the amount of effort that will be going in, and or lack thereof. And we can yeah, we can hand wave whatever that may be.
This isn't that business with the bank, is it?
It is part of that, but it is also a private venture.
Of course.
But also, we want cash.
Those Venn diagrams have a centerpiece, and we're working squarely in the middle.
Understood. Yes, I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Wonderful. I will be there and prepared then. Thank you.
Excellent. And he turns and starts jotting down a note to send off to the foreman as you're leaving.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm going to see the dragon.
So you get up to you get up to the guardhouse, and the guard is standing there, sort of looks past you.
Nope, just me this time.
Traveling light, I see. Come on.
The rest of us are baggage. That's not inaccurate.
And so the second guard will stay, and the first guard will just lead you right on up to the house. You know, every time you come around, there's excitement.
Why?
I have no idea. I was hoping you could tell me.
People are excited to see you.
Is this the same guard? If I recall, this is the guard that I told, like, he asked why we need to... I'm like... I mean, I guess it is fair that the last couple times we came around, we did have some pretty crazy reasons to be here.
You're telling me you don't have a crazy reason to be here tonight?
I actually just want books.
Ah,
I know, it's really boring this time.
that's kind of disappointing.
I mean, it still has to do with the last time I was here, but I just need books this time.
So as you guys are walking up to the house, you do pass another, looks like maybe an off-duty guard that is sort of has a little pamphlet or something up in front of their face. And the guard just reaches down and grabs it. I have told you time and time and time again, don't read that trash.
Killian's gonna pick it up because he has a
Oh, please read.
30 minutes instead of 10, sorry.
Okay. They'll allow you enough time.
Are you gonna?
Trash.
You're not all here yet.
Oh.
I have to wait
I
till
have so many
I have an
things to
audience.
do.
Killian's gonna hold on to that.
It is absolute garbage, you know that.
I have a
Delightful
professional
garbage.
interest in the author.
Well, the sooner you figure out where that author is and get them to stop,
Decapitate.
the sooner you will have my eternal gratitude.
It's not the worst thing I've seen him write.
Dear.
That's true, probably.
Oh, I can only imagine, and keeps leading you up to the house. You are met at the door by the major domo, as you would expect. He says he's here for books, and he turns and just shakes his head and walks
At some
back
point,
down.
we're gonna get to the point where we won't even be escorted. We'll just like.
Follow me, and you are led back into the library. And Cassius is sitting there, sort of lounging on one of the couches. He's got a book in his hand, and there are a couple of obviously former noble ladies sort of lounging around reading with him.
You have your own book club.
Yes. Would you like to read it?
That depends. Does it involve things that look like other things that are made of questionable matter?
Oh, no. Although one of the main characters can change his shape.
Oh no. This is Jen's book.
I was just thinking that. No! Burn it with fire!
What's the title of this book?
I don't have a title for you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it is clearly of the cozy reading
Yeah.
genre.
Of werebears and
How is
Things are-
how is it described? The it's literary literary reality TV.
It,
It's
That's
it
amazing.
it may be on a list somewhere that rates books with spicy peppers.
Yep.
Kind of scale. Oh no, and he very carefully puts the bookmark in its place and closes it and sets it down. I'll be right back, ladies. And he's looking for research materials, I assume.
yes, specifically anatomy of said things.
Indeed. Let me
So
see.
was the book club your idea or?
No.
Aha, that makes a lot more sense.
Although I do have to say I've been enjoying it tremendously. I collected all of these books, and it never occurred to me to actually read them until I started my second hoard.
Huh. Huh.
And
There are a lot of alarming things and all of that.
Yep.
And so he leads you over to a set of shelves, and yes, that one. And he just sort of reaches up, and one of the books off the top shelf slides out and comes down to him. I think you'll find. Oh, this one may be difficult for you, actually, to read. Make me a perception check real quick.
It's like Killian isn't sure if he should be offended by this or not. 14.
14. You can actually understand it.
Hang on, is it because it's above my reading level?
You understand this?
I'm gonna take a closer look, Keith. What language is this?
It's in the magical language that's in your brain, and
Oh.
I need you to make a Constitution save.
Yep.
You have magical language in your brain?
I do. It's a story. That is 14.
14. You are just able to hold your brain together, but you do get that sort of throbby migraine thing. That's
I
like,
don't
oh,
suppose
I
you-
recognize that.
I don't suppose you have a fast way to translate that for me. I think reading it in that language is gonna cause some problems.
You constantly surprise me. I assume there's a story for why you have that particular knowledge.
Yeah.
I'll want that story sometime. One moment. And he's gonna sort of wave his hands over his palm over the book and mutter a few incantations, and a second book appears, like stacked on top of it. And he flips that one open. I assume you'll be okay with Elven.
Yep, that's fine.
There you go. and he puts his hand up, and the book sails back up to the top
I can
shelf.
tell you that the moral of that long story is be very careful to specify exactly where you want information put.
I see. Yes, I'll still want details later, but you've got other things
I
to do.
do. Well, thank you very much. And I will probably be back, given how frequently I find myself here.
You know where the front door is.
I do. I'm going to be on a first-name basis with your guards pretty soon.
And he goes back to his reading circle.
As I say, Killian will be like, and I sense that I'm needed elsewhere to solve a social situation.
Somewhere Simi has made a mistake.
Anyway, so I'll head back.
Okay. Back with our wayward safe movers and friends. What are you coming up with?
Okay.
Just
Save
kill
me
them.
from myself.
I will saunter on up. I'm gonna be like, Claire, hang back. This goes bad. Just get her away. I hate guards. I'm gonna saunter on up
Yeah, there's zero chance she would let you go up there after that.
So one of the guards that so one of the guards that's sort of keeping watch over the scene sees you guys walking up and says, "Halt! This is official guard business. Move along. You're not needed here."
That almost changed my plan. I'm gonna cast Charm Person at like 5th level, whatever level I have to get up to, so I get all of them.
How many are there?
I thought there was 4, but I'm not sure now.
There was 4.
Okay.
So I think you only need to do it at 4th level.
Okay, so you're just casting a spell out in the middle of the street.
Yes.
This will be fascinating.
This is going to be real fascinating.
What's
Okay.
Is there a DM disadvantage still on the board?
There are a couple of them, I think.
there's 2.
Let me see here.
I think now's a great time to use one of those.
There is there's character advantage. There's 3 DM disadvantages.
Who was upset with you, Keith? What did you do?
Distal
Probably my
Ace Dragon,
Yeah.
Nocturnal Wolf Dog. I've just apparently made lots of friends.
What's Nix's solution to this problem? Pillar of Fire.
Okay, so
Immolate. Finger of death.
Tonight,
So
on the
let's
evening
do the
news.
first one.
4 guard brutally immolated in the streets.
Oh yeah, I don't have to roll anything. Huh?
I had a much better excuse I couldn't use.
Disadvantage
Yep.
is
Halfling suspect at large, believed to be armed and dangerous. Be on the lookout for the following sketch.
Halflings,
Do I
This is
have
the tortilla.
have
halfling
one?
suspect, not large.
Beat a 17.
Halfling suspect that small?
Halfling suspect at large, but not.
But actually,
What's the stat?
17.
Wisdom?
Oh, wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay. 17, so first guard fails.
Okay, 1 down.
Second guard.
Steph, we're really gonna have to find a way to get you the spell bone
Also
itch.
fails.
Okay. 2 more to
You
go.
guys weren't there for the conversation.
bone itch.
Also
Sounds
fails.
awful.
All right, 1 more to go, Steph. You almost got this, but it's a straight roll on this one.
But fails.
Ooh! I think it's the first 4 charm
I just
person
burned all of the.
that I've ever seen.
I see you cast and I'm just like,
Oh. No. Sorry. One of those would have been. So there's 2 DM disadvantage, 1 advantage.
Oh, okay.
Well, would the third
he's
one
gonna
have
do that.
The third one still would have failed.
Okay.
Regardless, they were both really, really shitty rolls. So,
So 1 more regular roll?
no.
Okay.
It wouldn't have made any difference. So, yeah, they all fail. Oh wait, yeah, they all fail. That's fine.
Friends!
Oh, hi, what are you doing here? Very clearly someone who is seeing someone that they know but can't call the name of.
Oh.
You, how are you doing here?
You guys?
It's been forever since I saw you
So
with the
yeah,
thing.
we haven't talked since the thing in the place.
Yes.
How are you doing?
So great. And I'm gonna
And knowing
Try
Sandy's just still
to
standing
give-
here like, what?
give you like the kind of a like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, ah, I saw my dear friend here, and
Oh, is she a friend of yours too?
she's a great friend.
Yeah.
We should go get drinks sometime.
Sometimes
We should get
Sounds
drinks
great.
back at the place.
this is
right?
real
Yes.
heavy. I'm gonna go deliver it to the
Oh.
person that bought it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, you guys are my better
You know,
friends.
I heard this story once about this place where you can swim in cheese.
You need to be gone by the time
That
the
is
spell ends.
gross.
Just a reminder.
An hour. She'll be fine. Hopefully.
She goes bar crawling with the guards.
Just get drunk enough that they don't notice when the charm fails.
I really didn't think I'd succeed here. So,
Surprised.
She's like, I am unprepared for what to do now.
I am unprepared for my own success.
yeah. I'm like, you know what we should do. Oh, you know what we should do.
What?
You remember? I don't know if you remember, but I said the next time we met up, I would buy you guys lunch.
Yes, you did.
And so we should go meet. And I just have to get one thing, and then I will meet you there.
Yes. Where are we meeting?
Over there.
The furthest place
The
from
over
here.
there.
What's that one place? It's across.
It's
the,
on
it's
the other
across
side
the
of
city.
town.
It's over
Oh,
God.
I know they make good falafel. Got it.
That's it.
That's the one. Okay.
Whatever
yeah.
that is.
Yeah, we're gonna hold you to it.
We're going
Yeah,
to
oh,
the
yeah.
shawarma
We're gonna hold you
place.
to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shawarma place.
And the four of them turn and walk away.
I'm like,
delicious.
I'll be right there.
We're gonna find you. We're
gonna find you.
gonna find you if you don't.
Yeah.
We'll hunt you down.
And then they disappear into the crowd.
And like crap there, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think that would work.
I didn't either.
Let's go.
Yes, please.
And
Like pretend
I'm
to
like
trip down to
strutting, 'cause I'm just
Castian's.
like, I'm so good. Strutting like your dad or something.
Simi and okay, so Simi and Nyx, both of you guys make me a perception check real quick.
Perception.
Have better beer nearby when they come for you.
We're gonna
That's a
use
+1,
that.
so
You can
15.
knock at the back door.
15?
We're here for the half light.
That was worse.
We're here for the 1.5.
That's a 1. I am so feeling myself right now.
That makes this perfect because Nyx, you are just absolutely so thrilled and proud of yourself. You didn't think that was gonna work at all. Simi, Nyx is getting the dirty eyeball from everyone in the crowd because she cast magic in public
Whatevs.
and wasn't even subtle about it.
Like enjoying yes, the power in my hands. Okay, we need to go in a hurry.
We need to be anywhere but here.
They'll be,
very
look,
quickly.
they'll be at that restaurant in like an hour.
They're not the ones I'm worried about anymore.
What?
Oh, look around you. Maybe don't point your fingers at people. This is a
People
really
start ducking.
bad time.
Magic missile.
Oh, they must remember my dance.
This little old lady, as you're doing that, this little old lady behind you sort of stumbles and trips over into the street.
Oh no! I'm gonna catch her and like steady her.
My eyes.
So now I've got like chest thing over here, and then like catching a lady. We gotta go.
Okay, let's go. Oh, you want to tell everybody how great I was?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We're gonna have a conversation about that in a minute.
Tell Kazakh. Tell Kazakh how I handled 4 guys all at once.
Yep.
I don't
Absolutely.
Let's go.
I hope you got paid.
How'd you think she got
I'm
that?
just strutting in front of me.
She's gonna show us the money she made. Like, that's not very much for 4 of them.
Like strutting really quick because my feet are I'm like in front of you. Just so proud. So proud.
It's like Edna mode.
Darling.
Nah.
I just love her.
Okay, so you guys make it back to the shop
Yes, please.
without any further incidents.
We're gonna have to talk about being a bit less conspicuous, says the woman with a chest like.
That is rattling.
I'm thinking you're talking about you.
You're like, yes, we will.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
Simi just looks at you confused.
Cat looks somewhere, is like, how peaceful it is.
He's like, it's so quiet.
You're able to
5
just
minutes,
eat your
5
food in
minutes.
peace.
Kazakh. So I assume you go to the other shop as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Goes pretty much the same as the other one. This guy does not hit on you because
He doesn't.
he
Doesn't
doesn't
swing that
yeah,
way.
doesn't
he
swing
doesn't
that
go for
way.
dragons.
But he does.
Newsletter.
You do convince him to sort of, as long as he's there watching, he will let you do the same thing, and all of their coins are just coins as well.
Okay.
Are you tickling them too?
I skipped the tickle.
Alright.
We decided
like-
the name of your shop is the Tickled Coin,
The tickled coin.
Ooh.
and we decided it's a brothel because Daniel over here misheard when your employees were talking and thought they said the other whores. Yeah, I thought you said other whores. I was like, what?
I don't know what was actually said, but it was not that.
Yeah, no.
Simi would be the worst person to possibly own a brothel.
We're the best.
Maybe.
Nobody bothers your people.
That is very
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Lay a hand on one of
she'd
the
be
people.
the Mox from Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I will murder you.
What are you doing?
Going to the
Printing.
textile mill.
Okay,
textile
so-
mill
so
to
walk-
essentially 3D print. I'm going to use the same spell 3 times.
3D print.
And we are going to create their end product in 8. For each spell, it is 8 5-foot cubes. As long as they have enough materials to continue to create
Okay.
it.
All right, so they're not making like clothes. They are doing the raw processing. So they're taking
Perfect.
like cotton and wools and
I
things like
couldn't
that.
do
and,
I
and
couldn't do
doing,
actual clothes
Yeah.
because I don't have that skill.
But you are able to churn out 8 5-foot cubes.
That's 125 square feet.
No, it's more than that.
Or is it 1,000? I did the math. I did a bunch of math
5
earlier.
foot
They're
5
all out
foot
of work now. Good
cubes.
job.
So it's a 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot,
Mhm.
and 8 of those. So that's
I'm gonna kill the industry man.
Well, now Nyx is really
This is
gonna
gonna save my mice people mech suits.
so it's
Perfect.
I mean it's 400. It's 400 cubic feet.
400 cubic feet of
Times 3. Because I can do this. It's a 4th level spell. I can do that
Okay.
3 times.
So yeah, that is 1,200 cubic feet worth of just cloth.
You're gonna come
that's
back
like
with
for-
a wheelbarrow full of.
That's enough cloth for like the entire season of their factory.
You might have just
I just put a bunch of people
bunch
out of
of
work.
people out of work.
Yeah.
I have not thought
Well,
that far ahead though.
except knowing these merchants, it'll be the scene from Willy Wonka where it's like, but I thought Easter's over. Shh, we're getting ahead for next year.
So after the half hour is done, the foreman walks in and just sort of stops and his jaw drops. That's our quota for the next quarter.
You're welcome. Good work.
And as they aimed his finger guns on his way out.
You guys
Darn
do
right it
you do
is.
wonderful work.
And he just sort of stares at you as you walk by him.
And we hope the
And
foreman's
the
smart
walkers,
enough to not ask
the
questions.
workers start walking in, and all of them do the exact same thing.
And now you all get 1 week's worth of pay.
His name is Rumpelstiltskin.
It's not gold fiber though.
Close enough.
And so,
You now get to put everybody else out of business.
Don't give any to the hat people.
so then you get paid.
You get paid an amount that we will talk about
We'll,
later.
we'll, we'll
Yeah,
talk
we
about
can
that
figure
amount
that out
later,
later.
but it's quite a. Yeah, I mean,
This is-
it's
it is
gonna be
not a small amount.
It
You
is not a
just,
small amount.
Just look at it, like I have 3 coins. And then Danny comes to the safe. I'm like, well, okay.
And he's got a wheelbarrow.
Um,
4,000
right, so
These are just the ones
so
that
make
were mimics.
me just make me a D20 roll.
As I get mugged on the way back.
Oh,
18.
18. Okay. Now make me a percentile dice.
I mean, if you do get mugged, I feel bad for the guy mugging you.
It's not going to be a good day.
79.
79.
Okay. All right. I need to make a note of.
As I pull out my
that.
Sephiroth sword.
Been waiting to use this.
I have though.
This is a one-winged angel starts playing in the background.
I lock the door of the mansion and pray he goes away before it turns off.
Braden, would you do me a huge favor and look and see if there's anywhere that you can think of that has like a price for textiles?
Sure. There is. It's in the player's handbook. There's trade goods.
Oh, that's not a good picture. Okay, Danny, for reference, stupid longsword. Stupid longsword.
That is a stupid longsword.
Is it a stupid longsword or a stupid longsword?
All right.
Yes.
So at this point, I think we've basically hit everybody. So we will read it as read that you are all gathering back at
Tink. Tink.
back at Castian's shop.
Tink. Oh, got one.
Oh, fudge me!
Yeah. It's. I wasn't joking when I said it's gonna be like a wheelbarrow full, even at a
The
discount.
closest one is that one.
Wait, what?
Tink.
I would assume linen.
Tink.
I think silk's the only one in the thing.
Oh, this would be
So,
silk.
because the
No.
Saturn
No,
opened
but
up
it
the
wouldn't be
bank, 'cause
silk,
the
it'd be
economy's all fucked
Linen.
up.
Linen should be in there.
I mean, it's only fudged up once I start spending. And or when all of those people
canvas.
Then
Or
you
no,
gotta-
cotton cloth. Cotton cloth.
Then
That's
you have to.
5
That's
Bless
what's
you.
buying.
Yeah.
And then you gotta counter in the
square
Word.
yard.
1 square yard of cotton cloth is worth 5 silver pieces. Let's assume that even if you only made a fourth of that.
So what's 1 times the square?
Well, no. So you got to figure out. Okay, so
And you made 1,200.
D&D, everyone.
You made 1,200 cubic feet.
how much cotton cloth?
Yep, we're definitely not doing this in any other industries for a while.
So
And the next is the lumber mill.
It's gonna be like, I don't need investors. I have you.
Where were you when Killian was trying to make all those horseshoes or whatever?
I was in Faerun.
okay.
Also,
like, I missed my
I could
cousin.
not have made horseshoes.
As I say, you can't do finished products, right? It's
So I
just-
will have to do some math
Or
and
I
get
could-
back to you.
That's gonna be a lot of.
I am basically seeking in that pile. Once I get back, I am seeking mimics.
I will tell you that about 21% of whatever value coin that you wind up with is going to be
Mimics.
mimic.
Perfect. Lots
It's a
of test
lot of
subjects / maybe
ransomed children.
ransomed children and or I raise them
no.
and teach them.
Okay, so
Raise them as my own.
all right, so just because I want to
Adopt
see how this plays out, Nyx and Simi get back first. Are you guys going to go into the mansion, or are you going to just set up in the shop proper?
Mansion.
Into the
You
mansion.
get food
Okay.
in the mansion.
Can you
Anything you
Well,
want.
I'm just
Infinite
going
food.
ahead.
All right.
And
So
she's like,
so
"No,
you
that's-"
guys sort of strut up into the mansion. Kazakh sort of joins you guys because he's not super far away from the shop.
He sees me strutting. He's like, "What did you do?"
It's like,
And he knows.
okay, so go ahead, Nyx.
I'm like, Kazakh. Guess what I did? And I didn't need you.
Okay.
Took on 4 guards by myself.
Yeah, she cast magic in the street.
Yes,
Did you
I did.
kill them?
Did you? Are they
no,
dead?
I didn't.
She just charmed them very much, which I deeply appreciate.
What
But
is?
she wasn't particularly subtle about it, so she also scared an entire street block.
I'm less worried about the people, but the guards. Will they know what you did to them?
Yes. Eventually.
So they're gonna come
hide
looking
your
for you.
face?
No, because they'll be happy because they had falafels.
That you're. Why were they gonna go to get falafel?
I said I'd buy them falafels.
But you're here.
So they're not going to get falafel.
I'm not buying them
because
falafels.
So you said that you're gonna get them falafels,
Yes.
So
but you're
they'll
not getting them
angry,
falafel.
too.
No.
So they're gonna be angry because
one does not
you
lie
said you'd
about
get them
ice cream
falafel,
cake.
and you're not there to buy them falafel. So that means they're not gonna get falafel. So they're gonna go looking for you because you told them a lie.
I think you're missing the point. And I did it without
I am
you.
happy that you did something without me and you helped out C, but you lied.
Cosmic gentle parenting.
There's no other way to get through to her.
Oh, it was about to. You beat me to it.
When do I not lie, Kazik?
Oh.
I'm really sad we're
Also
not.
true.
The rest of us aren't here for this conversation.
Right? But Simi is.
Yeah.
Ha!
They're gonna come looking for you.
They'll come looking and find us.
I don't think that makes it any better. I think that makes it probably worse.
My plan is that you all kill them.
It's worse for them.
I think it's likely worse for us as well.
Actual conversations I've seen
I
played
need
out.
you to remember, I could have just lit them on fire. and
I am
didn't.
very grateful that you did not light them on fire. Don't
Me
ever light
too.
them on fire.
Well, if they come to look for us, I will light them on fire.
Don't light them.
Please.
No, don't.
Please no. Please,
No.
God, no.
No more spell casting today.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the mansion is
I'm
available.
reading the Mimic
Go
Fables
get
right now.
all the pastries that you want. There's different kinds, whatever kind you want. Just go in there, have fun,
Thump,
go get your
thump,
foods.
thump, 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 thump.
Calm down in there.
What's...
We have a safe rattling over here.
Found one.
Awesome.
It's not a coin anymore.
What is it?
Apparently, when they eat enough coins, they become small boxes.
Like a chest?
Yes,
Huh. It grew.
it did.
Okay.
And it is not happy.
Thump, 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 thump.
Stop!
We need
Flashbacks to the Badger.
get this to wherever we're testing them. Where are we testing them?
I assumed here, but I don't know. I figure this is at least a good handoff spot.
Alright. Well, yeah. I guess we wait until we're ready for testing.
Yeah.
I don't know who's doing that.
I think that Killian should probably be back soon once he's done with his book deals, so.
Steph, Nyx is Larkin Sparrow's long lost sibling.
It's their long lost sister.
So Killian and Rain, you guys get back about the
I've
same
got a small
time.
hand cart. Do you want to help me unload these?
What did you do?
I made a whole lot of cloth. We need to check all of these, though.
I found one.
This
You
reminds
realize
me
we're
of
trying
last
to not
week.
destabilize the local economy, right?
Oh, we're not going to spend it all in one place. And I suspect that there's a good number of these that will walk away if we do not do something about it.
That's fair.
So, I suspect that there's been a strange deflation in the current economy.
Fiscal policy at its best.
Yep, they removed a lot of money from the economy in a real short amount of time.
Is it just the one hand cart?
Just one.
Okay. I'll get the door open for you.
Move all of the boxes in, and I will set up a little table and start think.
Are you not
You
going to do
can't
it in the
stabble.
mansion?
Yeah, I'll probably do it in the mansion.
Okay.
I'm not killing them.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
just
so we
poking them with my
come into
dagger.
the mansion and we've got a hand cart full of boxes.
Wait, do you want these things in the mansion?
I mean, they'll get kicked out when the mansion goes away, so it's not
Okay.
what matters.
All right.
Come
Come
out.
out of the library reading a book.
Homunculus on his shoulder, reading over his
Says
shoulder.
Mimic Fables.
I come out with like a whole bunch of Danishes. And I see a Wilbur and I just throw my 3 gold at you and walk away. It's like,
What?
fine.
What? Hey,
Just
look,
walk
you got
off.
3 gold.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you were all successful.
At least one of us was.
Like, I was.
Oh, good.
I got nothing.
That's
Good job,
okay.
Max.
Rain apparently got enough for all of us.
I see that.
Speaking of which, we should probably split it up
Thump, thump,
once we've...
thump, 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 thump.
What's in the box?
Yeah, I found one.
I did that.
Is this the badger?
No.
Oh.
I just had flashbacks. oh,
Nope. Nope. This might be worse. I don't know.
oh. Why is your safe rattling?
Because I found one.
They're like this big.
Thump,
Not this
thump,
one.
thump, thump, thump.
How big is this one?
Meh.
Okay, so hoping that we have a
So the
decent
more they
sampling
consume, the
here,
bigger they
do we
get.
want to just
Good
kill
to
whatever
know.
in that?
No, definitely not. If that's a bigger one, then it's even better.
I guess that's true.
That was my thought.
It's closer to our actual.
So we can, well, and this way we have 2 points of reference, so we can
One of Rain's
hopefully get
boxes
dosages.
thumps.
We can get dosages based
Thump, thump.
on
Thump.
shit.
Well, so much for all that gold you gathered.
I mean, still important.
Just set them off to the side. We can use these as bargaining tools.
I would maybe
A sign of
isolate
good
them.
faith. Here's your children.
Hostages!
Oh,
Sausages?
Sausages? Yeah.
Sausages! One of the unseen servants comes out with a plate of sausages.
I feel like calling them hostages would be a very bad idea.
So I
Is that like reverse
Sausages would-
kidnapping?
I think we all have our work cut out for us going through these boxes of money. Not a problem
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
used to having. So,
That said, we can split it amongst us once we remove the creatures from it.
let's get started. As we are doing that, Keith, I will just be passing this. Like, I will pass it around to each one, but for the sake of the stream, I will read it.
Yeah.
So Killian will just, he won't say anything. He'll just he'll probably start bang, he'll just hand you this. Upcoming novel, Passion in the Skies, brings romance to new heights. In the mystical land of Not Elwick, where the skies danced with hues of lavender and gold, there existed a love so profound it defied the bounds of time itself. In the heart of this enchanted realm, amidst the rolling hills and whispering forests, lived Princess Bells, whose beauty was said to rival that of the shimmering stars themselves. But little did she know that her destiny was entwined with that of Drakon, the magnificent dragon whose scales shimmered with a brilliance that outshone the sun.
Oh, gee.
From the moment their eyes first met, amidst a flurry of petals carried by a gentle breeze, their souls became intertwined in a love so pure it could move mountains and part seas. Join the beautiful Empress Bells as she fights the constricting grip of society and the fabric of nature itself to be with her one true love.
At first it was princess, then it was empress.
Will they endure or fall to the ever-present, always dangerous peril of physical incompatibility?
Oh my!
Do you want to be featured in Doings by Delsaris? You can, easily, if you have something noteworthy, fantastical, romantical, divine, entertaining, enjoyable, the page cuts off, comical, marvelous, spectacular, iridescent, novel, unique, tasteful, on the edge of thrilling, past something that it cuts off again. Your story belongs here. Simply find me by sending a pigeon, troll, or errand boy to... It's cut off.
Damn.
And last but not least, delicious upcoming doings by Delsaris. Hadaris, a charming rundown location of a practical zoo of infectious diseases? Or just a rundown location of a practical zoo of infectious diseases?
Oh my hell!
Yep, you got an inspiration for that.
I would
Who is this
legitimately read
woman?
this.
Who is this woman?
So-
Who's allowing her to do this?
Okay, better question of who's gonna suffer.
Fair enough.
I think it is fair to say we have uncovered that Dells is a scaly. I am uncertain if this is her book or if she's advertising it for someone, but it definitely seems like her book.
Well, that is her
Definitely Dells,
self-insert Bells.
Bells.
This could be you,
That's what I
beware.
want.
I love everything about this.
Fanfic, that's the word I wanted. Self-insert fanfic character.
So one of the guards at our lovely friend up at the hill was reading this.
I mean,
Oh my, what is that picture? Oh, what is that picture?
I just want everyone who might watch this to appreciate the fact that Steph wrote this.
Steph writes all of these and they're fabulous every
They are
time.
Volume 10,
Amazing.
issue 3.
To be fair, so I asked ChatGPT for a cringy dragon love story, and I still had to add to it. It couldn't go any further.
Cringy dragon love stories, underrepresented in the...
Apparently.
if we find this book, I really desperately want to read it.
She has a buyer.
I feel like a book club of this book would be delightful.
Speaking of book clubs, our friend up the hill has a book club.
Ding! Oh, that one's alive. Into the acid.
That doesn't do
no,
anything.
I know. Storage medium.
Does Rain say that into the acid?
No.
Anyway.
That is not a good storage medium for
Anyway,
this.
so our friend up the hill has a book club. He was reading with several noble women, it looked like.
How long are we going to be in the city? I would join this book club just to be able to read this book.
It was fascinating. He said that he had never considered actually reading from all the books he had hoarded until he started his, and I quote, second hoard.
Oh god.
Huh.
What's the first horde books?
It sounds like it.
I mean,
Speaking of books, I did find this book, which is all about the anatomy of mimics.
Ooh.
Plus a book of mimic fables, which... Oh boy, some of the titles I wrote for this. There's Of Mimics and Men,
Yes.
Furniture Cemetery, The Munching on the Orient Express, for whom the bell tolls for dinner, To Kill a Mockingbird,
Oh.
no, Atticus!
and my personal favorite, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that ate them.
Stop. I love
Can you take a picture of that and put it in the chat?
Yes, please.
I'm going to create book covers for each of these.
it. The wardrobe that ate that.
Don't kill the DM! Oh.
We might need to make art so that we can make mock book sleeves to put around actual books so that we can carry around with us.
Oh. Oh.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that ate them.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
That one got me really bad.
Yeah, that one was good.
Oh
For whom
boy.
the bell tolls for dinner.
My favorite
That
is
one was
this
good.
cover.
Good job.
Oh my
Rain.
God,
You-
yes, thank you.
You did not
That's
disappoint.
fantastic.
Amazing.
And I was the one that came up with the Kill a Mockingbird. That was me. That was me
Good
original.
job. That was.
Ooh.
Ooh. I think I'm okay.
That was a brilliant shade of red you just turned.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Crying.
I was.
That was really good.
Oh,
Oh.
that's one I'm gonna have to clip. I might have to
Yeah.
dedicate some time to TikTok that one. That's a good one.
Okay.
So Keith,
Yes.
the book on anatomy
Yes.
is a language I understand.
It is.
Oh no.
And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, a con save?
Yeah.
Because he had.
Because his brain might try to explode.
Because I have things in my brain that want to be out.
Problem.
16.
16.
Worms.
It's not as bad as Up the Hill, but you do start to feel that throbbing in the back of your brain
So
again.
Keith's like, oh no, and he's gonna close it and be like, oh no, nope,
Okay.
Somebody's
Here's a translated version that I did while you guys were
Okay,
gone.
good. That's much better. Oh, my brain doesn't hurt so much anymore.
Wait, what's wrong with this one?
So as you look at it, you cannot understand it.
Oh, I'll just catch comprehend languages.
Okay. So with that, you can, but so it is written in the language of magic.
Aemean.
I see this from afar. I'm just like, oh, Killian can't read. I'm just like,
Totally logical.
Literacy is so sad.
So I will take the books and begin studying them
Okay.
while we check all the gold coins for Mimic.
Okay. That is going to take you guys
The
at
rest
least
of
the rest of the night into midday the next day.
There's got to be a more efficient way to do this. Dink. Dink.
I would-
1, 2.
I'd probably have a coin like yum yum yum. Yum yum.
Wait, does that work?
Yeah, does that work?
Here, Mimic, here.
That's what I'm
Animal handling roll?
Make me an animal handling check.
Sweet.
1 out of every 3 comments. No, it's
And you also have inspiration.
No, I used it. I used
Wait,
that one.
there's
Oh wait,
the
is
one
that
that's
a new
behind
one?
your thing.
Yeah, I tossed you one earlier.
I want it to work.
So that was
Okay, that's a 14, and then animal handling.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, it's a +5. I'm
Tonight-
19.
You are
Yummy.
actually a
One of the gold coins starts growling.
So do we just like, oh, we got one, throw it in the safe.
so you over the course of the night and the day, whenever you're actually doing stuff, you are able to actually coax out 17 of the little coins as
Yummy, yummy.
into revealing themselves.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's only when Nix does this do I see in my mind the birds when you know like in the cartoons when they get hit on the head and they're confused. That actually appears over each of these coins when you hit them.
I'm like,
Little X'd eyes appear on them.
I'm gonna kill him, right? We're not killing him.
No,
No,
we're not killing
need them alive.
Okay.
I mean, if you hit them with a hammer, it'll probably stun them for just a moment. I mean, like they're immune to the stun condition, but no matter if you are immune to the stun condition, if you get with a hammer, you're gonna
When
take
a halfling hits you with a hammer.
You're gonna take a moment to process.
I'm like offended for a half second.
And this is
She
great
just
because
hit
we
me
have
with a hammer.
two sizes that we can compare against each other for dosages.
So Rain, do me a real quick check of
The one that was moving?
the place where you're putting all of the little coins.
Oh, I figured we were throwing it in the safe.
Do they eat
Oh,
each
he's
other?
I don't think we can because I don't want to open that safe till we're gonna start
Okay, then
experimenting.
what are we doing with them?
Well, we can just have a separate box that's just mimic coins.
Are
Okay,
they-
but except we don't want them to like
Are they eat each other?
conglomerate.
As far as we know, they don't.
Except hers did. We have a point of reference for that.
No. Hers ate the gold in there and grew bigger. We
Was
have
it just one, or
as
was it
far as
multiple?
we know, we have not yet seen a mimic cannibalize another
I'll
mimic.
watch the box and see if
Okay,
they
I
start
will have
cannibalizing
at
each
least
other.
2 boxes that we are separating these into, because I suspect that they are like conjoined.
Well, we can watch them as we're putting coins away. So
Yeah, so 2 boxes.
Mimic
So
sex.
one will just have like a whole bunch of these coins, and one will just have like 2 that are on opposite sides of the box.
Okay.
They're gonna start circling each other like that.
It's a mating dance.
Do they pop like that, like the luggage, or do they just? How do they move?
The
I don't know.
Little jumping spiders that do
No,
like the
stop.
meeting dance thing.
Could be like the Delicious in Dungeon ones, where they just have little like they pop open and they have little legs.
I was thinking like the mimics
Or
from Prey
beetles.
that just have these little liquidy.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would make
I
sense.
haven't
with
thought of
pseudopods.
Prey.
They have
Weird.
human
That was
hands
such
that
a-
come out and
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wrong. No.
They have human hands, but
Okay,
they're
sorry,
just
I'm
hands.
checking
They have,
the-
like, walk on
So
fingers.
it's more like the snake scales under the snake belly. So they just undulate their underside.
And just so we know, we're getting gold and other kinds of coins,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, it's all variety.
Investigation, or just you said to check.
Oh,
We may not have to since we
yeah,
have someone
just
who's dedicated
just
to watching.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Since Lucas is watching,
Legalize
you didn't
it.
actually need to make that roll. I didn't
Gotcha. Yeah, you're good.
It was unclear what was actually happening. How often are you checking in, or are you just like staring at them, watching?
I
Meeting
mean,
with the book.
I mean, as often as I can.
Okay.
Like being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just like giving a quick count, and then after like a couple throws in, just counting them again.
Okay.
Hold on, they moved.
So at first it doesn't seem like anything is happening. But then between like the fourth and fifth like times that you look in the box, you go over and you do something, you read a couple of chapters, and you come back and there's no longer a pile of coins. There is a miniature like jewelry box sitting in the bottom of the one box.
Okay, pause for a moment. Now, doing that and counting,
Mm-hmm.
how many? What is the coin?
What is
the
critical
coin conglomerate,
mass?
critical mass conglomerate to turn to object. If I were to estimate.
If you were to
forward.
estimate, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of between 350 and 400 of the little
300,
coins.
300 to 350?
350 to 400.
Oh, 350 to 400.
So we're gonna
okay.
get lots of hat boxes, and no one hat box can have more than.
Then 200 to be safe.
Equal like a small item?
Yeah. We'll say it's a small item.
So, I'll give this information to the group.
Delightful.
Ooh,
So legitimately, because they're like,
Eating
well,
each
we
other.
go get empty hat boxes, no more than 200 to a box. We're just gonna have a lot of boxes of mimics.
What happens if you like shake? Never mind. You shake the box. I'm like, all right.
I don't think I want to visualize that.
We're just gonna like cannibalize this shop for hat boxes because I already stole like 6 of them.
Okay.
All for a good cause.
Stacks and stacks of hat.
Yep.
We're
Stacks and stacks
inevitably
of-
gonna miss one or two, and so then the next time he's gonna be like going to get a hat box, and then open it, and it's just mimic coins.
He'll be like, oh, yeah, money.
Can you do more of that, fetching them out, please? That was much faster than what I'm doing.
Here, mimic coin. Here, mimic coin.
So by the time it's all said and done, you guys have 16 hat boxes,
Jeez.
which doesn't count the one that you've seen
Right.
conglomerate,
So,
and it
we
doesn't
put,
count.
So we put 200 coins per box. What is the maths there? It's
Oh
There's
no, Keith,
so
you've
much-
given us enough information to calculate how much money we had.
No, because we don't know how much is left.
so
We
what's-
know that 21% of the gold you had was mimics.
So that's
This is too much math.
All right,
So-
who does this much math?
Alright, so that is
3,000
3,200 gold coins
our mimics.
In hat boxes.
Our mimics, right?
are mimics.
Oh my gosh.
And that is
those are just
21%, roughly, of all the money you have. Yeah.
As we destabilize economies, we cannot spend most of this.
Wow.
You're dangerous.
Yeah, you're not safe. Man.
I just made cloth.
We could have
Yeah.
used him when we were trying to figure out how to destabilize and topple a government. You would have been really handy to have around then.
Okay, so in fairness though, this much money, well, it is admittedly a huge amount of money, would not have actually been that much in the economy of Faerun. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah, but
in
I wasn't
Faerun,
trying
Now
to
you have
topple
like
the economy of
9,000.
Faerun.
You
I
have
was
like $9,000.
I wasn't trying to
Well, I mean, that-
topple that,
well, that
economy. I was
doesn't-
trying to
I
topple
just
this
didn't-
economy.
I didn't
That
really
technically isn't
think about it
all
as the
gold,
thing,
so-
because in Faerun, there's just huge dragon hordes that you find.
How is that sustainable in any sense of the word?
Faerun.
I know, but I didn't really think about it in terms of here, when I
You are a walking fiscal crisis.
I won't do this often if it makes a difference.
You could be your own central bank.
Hmm.
Walking fiscal crisis is a good
Good band name.
Interesting. Okay, well,
No, I think you underestimated.
Yeah.
Underestimated?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9,000 is an underestimate.
Well, you said 21.
21.
Underestimate.
Yeah. 3,200 is roughly 21% of the
So
total.
it's roughly
right.
a fifth.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
So it was. Then that would be 12, right?
12 is what's left. Yeah. No, that's not right.
13,000.
I'm going to round because it makes it easier. The total haul is 15,250.
But is that all?
That
that's
includes
21%.
that includes
Minus
the
20%.
mix.
So that's not all gold.
I mean, that is its equivalent.
Yeah, it's the equivalent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, as sad as it is, though, that is a lot of money. That is not the most money I have had in my possession before.
It is for me.
We once this bank thing gets figured out, we should probably convert some of that to trade bars.
2,000. Okay, so that's.
I mean, we could just get paid in trade bars.
You're going to wind up with basically 12,050 left.
Guys, that's still not as much as we've had on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After we sold all that stuff in Lamott's Wells, we had like 25,000 gold.
Makes sense.
Divided
It's screwed up,
by
isn't it?
7.
You're splitting it
Yeah. Okay, so everybody has.
plus the 500.
Lucas is like, I don't.
Sorry, I also forgot to say somewhere. Where is it?
In the wee hours of the morning, he comes up with
In-
like a box in and of itself.
Did I not
To
write it
each of
down?
you.
No, I had to have wrote it down here somewhere. Didn't each of us get like 500 gold for completing the Nadir case?
I don't think we got that each. I think we got 500 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
What was that split?
Did that get split?
I don't
You would have
think
been
I've divided
paid.
out yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think she split it.
Yeah, we got quickly.
I thought it was 500 each. Give me a moment to see what my.
Steven, how much does that split to per
Hey.
person?
17.
1,721.
Yep.
1,721.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, I think we should establish some ground rules. I think you should probably, with some exceptions, not be spending more than like 50 gold pieces in any one place.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
Let's treat the economy with kids' gloves.
yeah.
I suppose while we're here, I should divvy up what I was paid.
Can't hear you. I'm doing the Daffy Duck. I'm rich. I'm rich.
So I'll give you each 83 gold.
But Kazakh and I wouldn't have gotten that. We didn't do anything. Did you?
She's the one splitting it. How much was it? 80.
83.
So Keith,
Uh-huh.
I have some questions.
I'm sure
Uh-oh.
you do.
Oh dang it! Daniel just walked away. This is based on an idea Daniel had that is brilliant. So Killian needs to check a hypothesis. Mimics are acid-based. We'll call them
Yes.
life forms.
Correct.
Okay. Does baking soda exist in this world?
Oh, gee.
Baking
Oh, sorry.
soda? No.
I thought of a wrong number. It was the 500 in your game.
Yeah. I was wondering when you're like 500 each. I was like, I mean, I
Baking
promise you
soda is. What is baking soda? Baking soda
that. It's
is.
sodium bicarbonate.
Yeah. Which I'm trying to remember if that's naturally occurring at all.
I don't
Sodium
think-
bicarbonate? Let me check.
I mean, there's.
Is baking soda found in the wild?
It is. The natural mineral form is nacalite, although it is more commonly found as a component of the mineral trona.
But I suppose that depends on what they used back in the day.
Yeah.
Like unleavened bread kind of thing.
I mean, you could say there's an alchemical version of it.
Yeah, I suppose it probably does exist in some form. I mean, it's a crude form. It's not
How-
like you'd find today.
How common would it be? Like, if I had a bunch of cooking supplies, would I have some in it? I'm actually testing your theory. As I thought about it, I was like, that's actually a brilliant theory.
I mean, you might have a little bit. You'd be more likely to have baking powder, which is not the same thing.
No. Well, for the purposes of this, can we say that I have some small amount?
If you don't,
Sorry,
Lyra
I was
does.
gonna say, would Lyra have?
Because Killian now wants to test something. Keith, I would like to see what happens when we take these acidic-based life forms and introduce a base to them.
Wait, I'm getting a Who Framed Roger Rabbit shoe with
And-
Oh no.
Just a little bit on one of the little ones. I just want to see if it reacts to it or not.
And my fantasy world is invaded with real-world
Real-world- that's-
chemistry yet again.
That was Daniel was like, they're oozes, right? Why don't we just get, was it baking powder you said? Or yeah,
Baking soda.
baking soda. And I was like, oh, that would... So, what happens,
Some sort of a
Keith?
calcium bicarbonate.
Can we neutralize the mimics using chemistry?
This is a terrible thing to do.
I mean, that depends on a lot of factors, but
It does depend on a lot of factors.
Their exterior shell.
What winds up happening? So
I didn't even notice that.
So you know how iron does not actually rust all the way through?
Yes.
It just forms patina over the
Yep.
outside of it. That's what happens. So yes, it burns them, but it only burns the surface of them.
Okay.
Now for the little guys, the little coins, it deals enough damage that it hurts them and it slows them down. Doesn't kill them outright, but it does hurt them.
I know.
Babies.
If you're testing it on one of the bigger ones, it's going to have a less pronounced effect.
Okay. Upon seeing this,
You get a sense that as they get larger, it's going to have less of an
Yeah.
effect.
upon seeing this, I'm going to go back and just try and study more about the anatomy of mimics because I want to understand what sort of circulatory system they might have.
So what you're seeing in the readings doesn't seem like they have much of circulation through them. They don't have a lot of like organs as you would commonly associate with that term. I mean, yeah, there are some structures that seem to be more likely to be present, whatever form they take, but there is some malleability to that. So the same organ may have a slightly different shape. It may be slightly elongated or truncated depending on which form the mimic takes. So there's some like anatomy to learn from, but not what you would expect out of like other life forms.
In the book, is there any way to force them to stay in one shape? Or to make them revert to whatever original shape they may or may not have?
You are not reading those books, but
Oh,
for
but
Killian,
I did the
it was an open question. There was not anything. It was a question that whoever wrote the books, both books, thought to ask,
But didn't have an answer.
but they
for it.
didn't have an answer for it.
So,
No, go ahead.
go ahead.
42.
Are they native to this plane?
They're not native to any plane. They are created creatures.
Okay. So if one were to banish a building, it would come back?
Is there anything in these books about a mother mimic, or a central hive mimic, or a really ancient old mimic that poses as buildings?
You get a sense that is not a question that occurred to
Okay.
either of the authors.
Apparently they
'Cause
dealt
they
with
didn't run into it.
exactly. They dealt with their mimics before it got. Based on what Killian is reading, Keith, does Killian think that it would, if we were to somehow develop a paralytic agent, it sounds like we would not be able to just inject it and it would spread through the system. It would be more like a topical, like it would diffuse a little bit, but we'd have to like apply it.
Yes, that is the gist that you seem to be.
Unfortunately, I don't think that works. It can't be petrified or paralyzed. That is part of
Can it be made
what the
drunk?
conditions that the baby mimic have.
It does not have immunity to drunkenness or poison.
Alcohol poison.
That's true. So I don't think we can petrify it or like paralyze it. Because it's what it says in the condition. At least for the baby one. I doubt that the big one is going to be any weaker. I mean, to be fair, I could just use my ability to scrutinize foe and read the whole building.
That's a sentence.
Is there anything in the books, Keith, that talks about freezing oozes?
Oh, like nitro,
Not specifically, no.
That's the thing to experiment with.
but we would.
So based on what we know about the stat block of the baby mimics and what I'm reading in the books, it's sounding like a paralytic agent is probably not an option.
Probably not a. It's probably a fair assumption.
Okay.
And that's only if we can talk the mother down, right?
Well, that is if we can't talk. If we
Right,
cannot
if we
come to an
can't
agreement.
come to an agreement, we're gonna have to.
I suspect that if we fail at the negotiations, that we then need to have our solution in place.
Yes.
Looking through the
Just
book,
the person
does it
comes.
talk about anti-magic stuff on mimics?
No.
Okay, that's a new thing, I guess.
So it doesn't say anything about freezing oozes or mimics.
No.
Does it say anything about how to create a mimic?
If anyone knew that, they would know how to reverse it. Plus, anyone who has that information
do
probably
you,
died.
do you speak Elven?
Do you ask it with an attitude?
No, I'm just wondering because if you don't, you can't read at least one of the books I have,
No. I can't.
and Killian is not inclined to read it to you.
Yeah, after that question, that's
Like a
fair.
good warren woman.
I'll slide you over the Mimic Fables book. I already have it memorized, so.
You tell me it's a fables book?
That's what it says on the
That's what
outside.
it says on the
Okay,
outside.
Cool. Okay.
This is Nix is over here in the corner. According to this story,
It's a pop-up.
as an authority,
According to my scientific research.
based on what Killian is reading in these books, does it sound like poisoning the mimic is possible? I do not believe it is immune to the poison condition, and it is not immune to poison damage.
The baby Mimic was, so it's possible we could poison it.
It's possible.
You poison a person.
Would we run into the same problem where, like, if there's not a circulatory system, it's not really...
Probably.
But what about the mother, though? She's posing as a human, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Are you saying we should cut into the human? and
Except
find out?
I don't think that the mother is actually, like, I think that is an appendage of the building mimic.
Still means
Or-
that it's sapient, which is terrifying given the implications of what we're doing to the children right now.
We're not doing anything to them right now.
Yeah, other than a little bit of baking soda to see how they reacted. And I mean, like, he just sprinkled a little tiny amount because he was like, I just want to see if this... how... Keith, if I were to extrapolate applying large amounts of a base solution to this building mimic, especially injecting it potentially into said building mimic, how explosive of a result do I think I would get?
Well, see, there's a couple of different ways to interpret the word explosive
Uh-huh.
in that. You don't think you're going to get, like, a real big exothermic reaction. Now, you do think you'll piss it off.
Endothermic reaction.
Right.
in the books, do the mimics form like an outer shell layer that is more solid? Does it seem like there might be a way to, if we had to poison or otherwise eliminate the mimic without destroying the outer shell that presumably forms the structure of the building?
You're not seeing that in any of the books.
What if we made a paint out of a solution and we painted the outside and inside?
Lead poisoning.
So, it sounds like my
House
initial
poisoning.
idea of a paralyzing agent or something similar is not an option, as these creatures do not appear to have a circulatory system. So it would not, a poison or whatever would not spread.
I have a terrible question to ask you, Keith. In any of these books, hell, even in the mimic fables, is there a way to Pied Piper mimics to follow you?
Well, according to Mice and Mimics,
Because I'm just like, in good faith, we give her back all of the things and just lead well, I don't even want to picture what a giant tidal wave of coins mimics look like.
They're like roaches, but just coins through the streets.
Right. So then we can just be like, in good faith, here are all your children, and then we need to discuss keeping these away.
The chemical burned a few of their faces, but I'm sure they'll feel better soon.
What if we made a giant ballista?
they ate each other, but
What?
There actually was
Shoot
a
it.
fable
Right.
in one of the fables. Very much was almost Pied Piper-esque.
Okay. Does it say what was used?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It is annoyingly non-specific.
That's fair.
So, other options. I could experiment with the idea of freezing the mimics to potentially sort of slow them down or disorient them. Overall, I'm not seeing, based on what I'm reading, a whole lot of ways that we could disable the mimic without,
Attacking it in some way.
well, not even without attacking it, without it losing its form.
Why don't we just ask it to leave?
I mean, that is the plan. Like, the plan is that will be the very first thing we do, but if it says no, like, if it's not willing to come to an arrangement with us, we're going to have to do something about it.
And we don't necessarily need it to leave as long as it...
I would prefer that it... I would prefer that as much of it as we can stays put, but I'm not really seeing a way to disable this without potentially the entire building sort of dissolving when we kill it.
Yeah.
And all of the gold that's in it.
Well,
Potentially.
it's been here for a long time. It's been it hasn't really hurt
It's a feature.
anybody.
No, like my very first goal is we go see if we can talk to it, and I think that'll work. But we need to have another plan in place, because once we go to talk to it, if it's not willing to agree with us, like at that point, I don't think it's gonna let us walk back out and come back and try something else again.
Well, that's why you say we know what you are and who you are, and there are some people that are outside that know what you are, and they know we're coming in here.
I don't think that stops it from killing us.
No. That probably actually increases the risk of that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like trying random things by a box of mimic coins. Now when you take 2 coins and you rub them together to make like a sound. I'm just like doing that and seeing if they do anything.
Ow!
I'm not taking them. I'm taking 2 regular coins.
Oh, okay.
And making like a sound.
They're
and
like
just being
beavers. The sound of coins clinking together draws the mimics.
Make me an animal handling check.
Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh,
Plus 5.
Well, we found our Pied Piper.
25. Well, I just see very well what happens. Whatever happens.
So you grab a couple of coins, and just by random chance, one of them is a gold coin and one of them is a copper. And as you're rubbing the copper across the gold coin, there is something in that harmonic. At first, it's just a couple of the little little coin babies sort of turn and sort of. They don't have eyes, so they can't stare, but they're totally staring at you.
You have drawn
I
that
test it by
attention.
like moving a little bit to the side.
And then it just kind of follows. And then as you keep doing it, more and more of them turn and start to pay attention to you.
Do you have detect thoughts?
Prepared?
I don't have to prepare spells.
I still need to put these into actual
Little like flashcards.
things so that I don't forget which ones. Actually, I don't think I have.
I mean, this is
detect
basically taking us all night, so you could have it prepared in the morning.
thoughts. I don't think I have detect thoughts.
Okay. If you would like, we could also do detect thoughts while you're doing that to see what it is that's happening.
Are you guys paying attention to me?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like, this has to come from you. That's why I was asking if you had it. Otherwise, I would just do it.
For a second, I bask. And I have my little book of tales.
So I'm thinking
Ding.
the best thing we could do to what?
Look what I can do.
So as soon as Nick says that, so I'm thinking what the best thing we could probably do
and I'm
is
like, start like making the sound like, look.
yes, you can rub coins together.
Look
Congratulations.
at the coin.
What's your passive perception?
16.
And I'm just like moving.
As she's moving back and forth, the coins are turning to follow her.
Oh no.
That's creepy.
Yeah, you should stop
Oh
that.
no.
You should stop that right now.
Look at this.
Or go faster.
Nope.
Okay.
Killian will come over if you and just close his hand around your hand so that you can't move it. No, that is very interesting. You have discovered something very useful. Let's not. I'm gonna let go of your hands now. Let's not rub the coins together for a little bit, okay? This is very useful. You did a very good job.
Small child.
Really, and also really
Killian's gonna
scary.
let go.
I rub it once. Fine.
That is fascinating. We can prepare some. We could prepare a basic chemical solution to potentially weaken or harm the big mimic, but I'm starting to think that our only option might be actually just fighting it and letting things happen.
I could glue the coins and like, and then walk away.
Yeah, that doesn't help us fix the building mimic trying to kill you.
Why don't we just leave it there? It's not doing anything. It's not hurting anybody. It's been there forever.
Except all of the babies are currently eating all of the gold, and as we've seen from...
Give them back to the mom.
But we
and
don't
have her-
know what the mimic's plans are.
It's been a very long time.
Or how many of these things are in circulation.
Yeah. Like, we need to cut... Here is my assumption. I think it is very possible that the Empress came to some sort... or someone on her behalf came to some sort of arrangement with this bank. And we need to return to a status quo where there is some level of understanding of, like, what crosses the line and what doesn't. Because also, I'm not sure, like, the bank seemed sentient, but I don't actually know that for sure. We haven't tested that. And, I don't know, maybe the bank has decided it's tired of, you know... There's a lot I don't know about it, so I don't want to just say we leave the bank alone and pretend we didn't see anything and go about our business. But I do want to try and avoid having to fight the bank, but we do need a plan other than just, oh, well, now we're fighting a building.
I mean... I don't know. From what we've seen, I don't think anything we're going to be able to do
Or
is...
vertically and drop
Do you
it.
think the bank would follow me?
That's not a good thing.
But also, as far as we're aware, the bank is sleeping currently under the anti-magic fields.
It's
It might
we
be
can-
less.
It might be less active, but I don't think it's sleeping.
I mean, it effectively talked to us.
I think so.
How did the vault have so many babies if they eat each other?
That's a fair
Maybe
point.
they, like, aren't active and aware until they are separated from
Mother.
the space, or, you know, maybe she, like, maybe it's a hive mind thing. Maybe that the big mimics aren't actually like they didn't eat each other. It's just like one big hive mind now, and now they're smarter when they get more of them together or something.
Like,
scary.
like
Hey, like,
Ralph's.
At this point, just bring her what we have. Be like, hey, we need this to stop. What can we do to solve this issue?
Okay, let's say we do that, and let's say she says nothing and she tries to kill us. What's your plan? What do you do?
Survive?
Some sort.
Survive how? The
I
building's
don't
trying
know.
to eat you. How do you stop that?
I don't know.
Fire!
Right. This is why I'm saying we
it has
don't.
a sense of self-preservation, right?
Presumably.
That's why I was saying, we say, look, there's people out there that are expecting us to come back. They know who and what you are, so please don't eat us. But we'd like to talk to you to come to a consensus of
Yeah, and if the building decides that it doesn't want to,
then it's gonna get killed
Right.
by the people outside.
unless it doesn't think that. How do you handle it when people come tell you, hey, you have to talk to us or else our friends are gonna come kill you? Do you handle that well? Does that put you in the mood to make nice with people?
No, I'm saying just don't eat us.
Well, I don't think it'll eat us until after we talk with it, but it might decide that what we have to say is, it might be like, I don't like your deal. Chomp chomp. And-
Well, then it's kind of screws itself.
I don't know.
Not really. I don't think there's many people who are prepared to go up against a building.
I think that it
Nobody
must,
would.
Myself
Anymore.
included.
it
in case
must be
that's-
sentient because they've worked out a deal with it, right?
If they want
I
to. We don't know.
suspect that they have, but I don't know that.
Reasonably
But
possible.
I suspect that there was, which is why I want to go with it with a deal. But we need to have at least some semblance of a plan, so if it tries to kill us, we have a plan in place. Now, we can prepare some chemical stuff that might make use of it, but I am thinking it's more and more just going to be a straight up fight, which means somebody's got to go secure all the gold in the vault and get it out.
I think I am qualified.
Right.
Yeah,
Let the
okay.
resident.
Because I am very fast.
How are you going to move all the gold?
Help him.
I
Put it in the mansion. Open the door inside the.
that's a possibility, and just broom, just sweep it in and whatnot.
But won't it disappear?
And how long will that take you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much gold is in there.
Right. This is why I'm like, we need to have some semblance of an idea. Like, assume that you don't have a ton of time to just sit there moving gold. What's the plan to get the gold out?
Assuming that once we kill the mother or the building, everything's just going to ooze collapse on itself, right?
Yes,
That's it.
that is the assumption I am working on, is that the building will not be stable if it is dead, and while we
And
are in
they're
it, it will be
acidic.
trying to kill us. And we know they're acidic, so it could potentially dissolve gold. And that would be very, 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 very bad.
On the bright side, though, we do have.
We would be the richest people in town.
Aren't we already?
No,
Okay.
not even close.
I mean, he was able to
Okay,
pay me
that's
this without a problem. So,
Yeah, that's true.
like,
This is a lot of money, but not for wealthy people. It's not.
it's like a millionaire versus a billionaire. A millionaire has a lot of money. A billionaire has an ungodly amount of money.
Keith, he described to us the size of the vault.
He described us the
roughly.
reserve, right? Not the vault.
He described.
No, it was the main vault because we were
Yeah, he
asking how
described
big
the
it
main
is,
vault.
so we knew how many we might have to fight.
30 feet by 30 feet.
And the reserve vault is somewhat smaller.
Okay. Given enough time, I think I could get all of the gold in a box. Well, in several boxes. Using the same spell I used to
Okay.
steal everything out of the cart.
So another question, though, if it sees, because these things seem to feed on gold. If it sees you removing its food,
Well, again,
So I don't know that- I don't
this
know
is
that that
already
works as
under
a
the assumption that it is
preparatory-
trying to kill us.
but you said that you need time to do that.
Yes, while we are fighting it, and because
Okay.
if it starts fighting us, we're gonna have to kill it. This is we are at the point where we have to kill the bank.
What a weird sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Given 3 minutes, I can get all of the gold out of the vault.
3 minutes is a really long time.
It is, and I can't do anything other than focus on getting things out of the vault.
So I will need someone to protect me.
I mean, I could do that, but
I was going to end the quote. I forgot it.
I do worry.
Punch things.
I mean, we should probably worry.
I don't know how useful that is against this, but I could
I mean,
punch
if you give me
things.
some time, I can
Rain is trying really
learn a
hard not to
spell
just
that
be like,
might help.
I'm really worried about these people that I haven't seen fight.
So you'd have a spell that might help?
Yes, I have. Well, I don't have it. I could learn it, but it's called Magic Circle. If it came down to a fight, we could run to the vault and then block off that entrance. And the magic circle would prevent any mimics from coming through, and then we would just. It lasts an hour.
Would it prevent the floor from moving?
Or the
No.
ceiling.
No.
Because again, I'm not worried about other mimics coming at us. I'm worried about the building itself
Look.
trying to crotch us.
Look, man, I can't deal with the building.
Okay, that's fine.
There's not a lot of anti-building spells that I am aware of. This is not something you just come across every day.
You have healing magic, but we also will need your magic to fight it.
And some healing.
I
You
don't
do
have
have
much in
some
the way of
healing.
healing, but I do have offensive.
I have some healing.
How much healing?
22 points.
Okay.
That's really specific.
It's twice my level.
That's fair.
Once per day.
Okay. So
I can try and bodyguard for you while you do your 3-minute thing. I don't know how efficient I would be if I'm inside the internal organs of.
I mean, I don't know. Like that's. But
Yeah.
Come you?
Okay, so it sounds like our plan, if we have to fight, is
And Hallow?
I will go to the vault with Simi and grab the gold, and the rest of you will focus on doing maximum damage to the mimic.
Is this with or without anti-magic field?
Presumably without, because
Yeah,
we
with,
will.
I will be in trouble.
Yeah, without it, we can't do much.
Okay, Steph had a question.
So, it's actually a real question. So, my goddess is kind of not here. I didn't really think about how this, like, I have word of recall, but it has to be in a sanctuary.
Well, you can make a sanctuary. You could basically you can just set up like a little shrine in a room and just be like, I as the cleric of
As the only cleric here.
consecrate this shrine to my goddess, and basically willing the god or goddess, you can basically just teleport as the word of recall to there. So
Okay, so I have up to 5 people I could do. Okay.
I mean, that is not a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, that's a very good idea.
And a quick escape pod.
If we get into fighting the mimic,
I would prefer to be fighting it from the outside, if that's an option.
I don't think it's gonna.
again, we might be able to fight our way out, but we should
Or
all
teleport out, is what I was
prepare
getting
whatever
at.
we have to resist acid, because that's what it'll probably be hitting us with.
I don't have any
I need to see if I can arrange more hands on deck from my resources.
No.
I mean, unless Akarai's in town, I don't think so.
And I can see if I can get a hold of him. I assumed the answer to that question would be no, but seeing as we are fighting a building, I thought like maybe it would be useful to ask
Why
instead
did
of
I
just
take
assuming.
that one instead of the other one?
Does, our mimics, I forget the word, but, are they privy to being damaged by necrotic damage?
Yep.
Yep.
Anything except acid, right?
And non-magical.
Yeah, anything that's acid, and they resist bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Straight up.
Right.
No, not even with with magical
Yeah.
weapons.
I have a little bit of necromancy.
I mean, anything you can throw at them that isn't acid will be our best bet.
I have a lot.
I don't imagine we're going to go up against this tomorrow.
Are you
right?
talking heal harm?
Or are we?
Harm.
Depends how long we want to, how much time we want to give things. I mean,
Right.
the other thing we can do
that I get the sense that there is some powerful being out there that will be upset with if we do this.
Mayonnaise.
We can have close.
Well, give it an allergic reaction to mayonnaise.
We can have the Merchants Guild fund my building of explosives, and I can arm us with a large amount of explosives.
But at that point, we're just blowing up the building and still have to get the gold out.
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
So-
but then we don't have to worry about stabbing it to death.
True. Is Nick's gonna change some spells to prepare?
Yes.
May I suggest commune? And ask your god whether or not the Mimic Mother might be applicable to making a deal and see if you get a yes or a no.
Have communion.
You probably haven't prepared it. It is a good level spell.
So while she's doing that, was that a yes on the explosives?
It's probably not a bad idea to have them just in case.
Yeah.
As
And
much as I
if
don't
we're not
like
footing the
shooting.
bill,
But that
Killian gets a
also-
very dangerous smile on his
That
face.
also depends how
That smile
much,
scares me.
how long and how much are you gonna need?
Well,
Because time is kind of on our side because we've got mimics out there in the world right now destroying the economy.
with somebody else footing the bill, and assuming that there isn't I don't have a hard time finding the chemicals I would need, which shouldn't, I mean, they probably won't be a ton, but it shouldn't be too bad. I can be flexible with exactly what we use. Time is the biggest thing that slows me down.
And
unless you
give
can
me
show me how to do
give me a
it.
rough estimate.
Are you proficient in alchemist supplies?
No, but if you can show me the exact process by which you make one thing,
We'll see. It's still kind of volatile.
Ballpark estimate. How much time?
Let me pull up my... I believe it will take me 1 hour to make 1 packet of blasting powder. Let's see. Yeah, so I can make 1 packet of blasting powder in an hour,
Okay.
and then I can combine multiple packets of blasting powder to form more powerful explosives. That takes about 4 hours. Actually, that takes 2 hours for me to create.
Okay.
I will also need alchemical fire, which takes another hour. So I can produce a rather potent explosive in about 4 hours, given all the
And
supplies.
how many of those do you think you'll need?
As many as we can build.
again, if you can show me the exact processes, I can magically create things. As long as I have the materials. But I would have to have the exact process.
We can see. It's a little. This is an art, not a science.
Yeah, his exact processes aren't very exact.
I see.
I've watched him work. It's a little
Like I am
it's-
confident I can make it. It's not. It's still a little finicky.
it's like
And if you get your
Italians with a written
proportions,
recipe.
if you get your proportions, I don't know what an Italian is, but yes, definitely.
Fair.
If you get your proportions wrong, it explodes in your face.
Callistus culture there, you know.
Alright, well,
Long.
take
So-
a day then at least.
I guess the question, Keith, is how many common reactive reagents can I get? Give me a second. I can tell you how much they cost.
Give me an idea of what they cost and
Yeah, the way yours works.
if there are
is
examples of what they
a
are,
long rest.
so I can determine their availability.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to anything in your spell list. So let me pull up the list here.
Yeah, but like I can't change my spell list.
No, but you have access to every spell on your spell list. You just change the ones you can use each day.
Yeah. So like today I have access to X amount.
Yeah.
And you choose what those are. But in theory you have access to anything that your cleric spells.
Common
Anything that's a
reagents.
cleric
So
spell.
I will need a mix of common and uncommon. Common reagents cost 15 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Uncommon cost 40 gold pieces each. I don't think
they give exact examples because they like it's designed to be sort of
Kind of fluid.
flexible, but the way it's described, the reactive agents, is it's basically any chemical or alchemical, anything that would react violently when mixed.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have access to
Um,
anything up. What the?
But like, I picked spells.
So are you asking
Like,
how much of these things you can get?
Yeah, I would need
So
to know
basically,
how
what's on
many
this
of
paper?
these, essentially how many
Everything I
units
have
of each I
access
could get
to.
my hands on in a
I
day.
picked 16 of them.
Okay.
Right.
Or
assuming
potentially,
that's
like, depending on how, like, if it's a couple days or whatever, just like how many I'm able to get my hands on in that much time. I don't imagine they are super common,
Okay. Yeah. So then you
but
have access.
they also have enough, like, there's a lot of things that make use of them
Yeah.
that I don't imagine them being, like, super rare and hard to find, like, magical
I think it's sixth
essences would
level
be.
from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That
Wait.
that's a fair
Oh,
fair
that's right.
argument.
Wait, no.
Um.
But yeah, you just get to choose like 16 of anything that is cleric.
So like, I don't know, let's say I have like 30 spells here.
To do like a certain number. Yeah. But you also have access to anything else that is cleric coded. So
like for instance,
All right.
I have
So
a
for the
giant list of things here.
right.
I could choose.
common
Correct.
elements,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
'cause
probably tried to cheat.
you
and
can
go, like,
find
click on this.
6
You're not
units.
supposed
No, you're good.
Okay.
You have access to anything.
For
that's
the
cleric.
next step up, the uncommon, you can only find 3.
And some of them, this
Okay,
particular
so
app is
I could make.
not all of them, but like that one is only a war cleric has access to that one. But generally speaking, anything that is cleric, you have access to. This is the one he was talking about.
Oh, I have Blue Braids would kill me if I actually do have it in the list.
It's,
I have augury.
I mean, augury
I'm not
wouldn't
gonna-
be a bad one either.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so it's just a lower level version.
No, I need the description of the item,
That
not
can't
the.
be as specific because this is like a yes no question.
Stand
It's
by.
like a
Lance
question
is doing math.
and
He
the
is.
either.
Just because I'm looking at just some stuff that maybe I could make. How easy would I be able to find a common psionic essence?
It's not. It's not going to be something you're going to be able to find easily. You're going to have to work to try and find it.
Alright.
I will tell you. You may not know that.
There is a psionic entity.
No, you would. Yeah, you wouldn't have any. Lucas wouldn't have any specific knowledge. I don't think that gem dragons are typically psionic.
I don't even know what gem dragons are.
Exactly.
I technically don't know he is one.
Really?
No, he never told us what kind of dragon he was.
Yeah,
He did.
Good.
He did.
Amethyst.
Well,
that doesn't mean I know what that means.
He revealed himself to.
Has it, I thought.
And
to,
Lyra.
Thank you for the
Cousin
raid.
Lyra.
Yeah, he revealed himself to a couple of you
Right.
guys.
But not to me, and I don't think anyone told me he was. I know he's a dragon.
Right.
I don't know what kind of dragon he is.
Right.
It's a dragon man.
So I would not know that. Okay.
Right.
I just wondering if I knew
Okay.
of any way of getting that.
With what I have to work with, I could create 2 powerful, 3 potent, and 3 common explosives.
Okay. You think that would do it?
Well, a powerful explosive causes 4d8 fire damage and 4d8 thunder damage in 20 feet. Potent causes 2d8 of each, and common causes 1d8 of each.
I mean, I guess given time, I could set up a bunch of glyphs of warding in there, but that takes a lot of time.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Darn.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that.
It's hard.
And Lance would assume that the building would not have advantage, or would have disadvantage rather, on its dexterity checks to avoid explosions inside of itself. That's just me spitballing, but my assumption would be that it would have a hard time avoiding them.
What time frame are we looking at?
2 days.
I mean, that's another 200,000 gold going away because that's the rate in which they're
Right.
eating.
Right. So, I mean, we could, how about this? I will work on building them until I either finish it or we hear from the Merchants Guild.
Yep.
Because we also got to wait for them to be ready in case things go south.
Thank you for the follow, Jazz.
Hello,
you.
Jess. Oh.
Don't come after me, essay.
All right. So, kind of have. Sounds like you guys kind of have a plan.
Kind
Ish.
of.
Kinda. Ish.
Or we have contingencies if they all
You have
goes to-
contingencies. Whether they're good contingencies or not, we'll
They're
see.
not.
Probably about halfway through, you getting all of your explosives ready. You do get You do have a messenger drop off a message from the Merchants Guild. We don't have a perfect plan, but we have a plan.
Join the club.
Best we can do. I don't think it's going to get any better, so whenever you're ready,
As long as it doesn't get any worse.
do your thing. We are ready to support you.
That's dangerous.
So,
That's
we're
terrifying.
gonna go do this?
Once we get there, I will pop up detect thoughts, just so everybody is aware.
We should either do it really early in the morning or at night to limit collateral
Okay.
damage.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say
Probably at
no
night.
instant Nix can change her spell.
Right before
Oh,
closing.
no, we've had 2 days. We're fine.
Oh, never
like
mind.
at least
We've
day.
had a day.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Alright, well,
Um,
I guess I'll choose that weapon.
That being said, it is sort of. I will be able to detect all of your surface thoughts when I do that, so just try to keep it light for me. I've had some not good experiences with that particular spell.
You're just from seeing me, it's just gonna be like, don't think, don't think, don't think, don't think.
So I will set that up, when we get close.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, last minute preparations keyed. I'm gonna cast a spell that'll allow my armor to give me resistance to acid damage.
Okay.
I will cast my usual retinue of spells I have on me.
Okay.
Active, like transient bulwark.
Ooh, should I change that? Contingency? No. Oh, what's that a spell?
I'll just do transient bulwark for now.
Okay.
Do you want? No. I should probably hold off on telepathic bond before we turn off. No, I can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
please,
do it before we go in.
please
Well,
don't.
no,
actually,
no, we can't. I can't cast any because once we go in, all the spells go away because the anti-magic field's
Do
on.
they go away or are they just suppressed? My understanding was as soon as the field goes down, any magical effects come back. They're not like canceled for good.
Well, yeah, they're.
No,
I
that is
believe
not
they're-
something you guys have tested.
But we do know how to disable that.
Right, but so I'll probably wait until after we.
yeah, actually,
Disable
please,
it.
please don't turn that on.
Well, no, we gotta turn it off first.
No, if you do that while I have detect thoughts up, we will get some serious synaptic static.
You will.
No. We will, because it will be shared with all of you because of the telepathic bond.
Well, I can't. I'm not casting telepathic bond because once we go in, the anti-magic field's gonna be on, and I don't want to. I mean, I don't have spells, but like.
No,
it's
I'm just
not-
saying, let's not do that if I'm going to do detect thoughts. What?
I'm just like, butts.
We did ask Kenji where and how to turn off the anti-magic field.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
We know how to do that.
So, who's the fast? That'd be Simi.
Oh,
So Simi's job, if things go south, will be to go turn off the anti-magic field.
I have halfling nimbleness.
Does that give you?
How now?
regular movement?
I will show you what Kenji showed
right
me.
now.
Yeah, you will have the knowledge you need.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, cool. Good.
So,
Alright.
am I playing guard for you then?
We go.
Or is
I
Simi
think
playing guard for
Simi
you?
turns it off, and then comes to me at the vault.
Okay.
I'm assuming we also at this point could have asked Kenji for like a floor plan
Schematic.
or a rough outline of like,
Yeah,
how to get,
he
'cause,
he
like,
can't give you a floor plan, but he can
Yeah,
give
like,
you sort
this
of
is
a
how to
rough
get to the vault.
outline of, yeah.
So, no, you just cause maximum damage if things go south.
Okay.
On that note, I am going to hand you a large satchel bundle thing and be like, you deal fire damage to it, it will explode in a 20-foot radius, 4d8 thunder and fire.
Copy. Do not be close to it when you.
Who else can do fire or lightning damage?
You probably can.
Great. I will give you the potent explosive. It is a 15-foot radius and it deals 2d8. And I will give you the common explosive.
Hey.
Actually, I will give you... No, yeah, I will give you one common explosive which deals 1d8 in a 10-foot radius. And I will hold on to the last explosive.
Okay. Make a note of who you
Right.
gave what, because at this
'Cause,
point,
yeah.
I think it is late enough in the night that we are going to sort of fade out on the group of you approaching the bank
Slow walk.
for the
Cool
evening.
guys don't look at explosions.
That's going to do it for us here tonight. We will pick this back up next week at 6:30 Mountain Time. I will leave that up to you guys to keep tabs on and figure out what it is in your own time zone. You'll also want to keep tabs on our Discord server over here so that if there is a change to the schedule, you'll know it because we'll post it on the Discord server. If you want to go back and rewatch this episode after the VOD is gone from Twitch, you can also check out our YouTube channel. You can check it out there. Go to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus, just like the channel name here on Twitch. Casual with a C, Cactus with a K. You'll be able to find it. We've got everything out there that we've ever done video-wise, and a whole lot of it is this episode, campaign. A whole lot of it are previous campaigns. We've got one-shots. We've got talking about D&D. We've got other games, game board, gaming, all kinds of fun stuff. Go check us out. And if it's your first time there, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and you'll always know when we put new content out there for you guys. We're going to call it here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back and see us again next week while we deal with the mother of all mimics, and we'll see what happens. Until then, remember, guys,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. We are going to try this rating thing that I keep hearing about, so hold tight while I figure out where we're going. I don't know that I see who...
Who pinched the cactus butt, Chipper?
I don't think I've got anybody who is...
Gnome Anne is going at the moment.
Oh, she is. So we're going to pop into Gnome Anne and raid that channel here. So thanks, guys. Hang around for the raid, and we will see you guys on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.